Hello, all right, good day, everybody. Welcome back to another Minecraft Skyfactory 4 stream. Today we got a couple projects we're going to be working on. Continuing our project to build the one to build the maximum size fusion reactor. We'll be working on preparing those processes today. We're also working on automating or making crystalline sulfate. Going to be continuing that one as well. Got to get some thorium set up and running because we're going to need thorium, most likely for fuels and such. And something else I forget. So, a bunch of different stuff I'm going to work on today. Hello, Yuri. Let's see, we got Megas here. Good day. Mr. Nemexis, hello. CJ, it's going well, thank you. Still dealing with congestion and coughing, so I apologize if I have a couple coughing fits today. I'll do my best to keep them to a minimum. Rad's first time here, not hours late. Well, welcome, and welcome to you as well, Kiolo. So, yeah, I haven't had a whole ton of time to play on this since last stream. Been a bit of a hectic week. My wife's grandma passed away a few days ago, and the funeral and wake and everything are tomorrow, so we've been out about dealing with a lot of that. But I did get a chance to let this run some today to build up some material. Excuse me. So I got a bunch of iron and lead up in there running. Those should be good. I made a bunch of maximum size compact machines, and then I rerouted a few of my inputs because this one input chest was getting a little bit, it was filling up a little bit faster than it was unloading. So I'm going to have to set up some more sequence for uploading, but that shouldn't be too hard. We got some options there as well. So yeah, last time we left off, I was automating the production of diorite and granite because we need to crush those bad boys to get certain materials for our crystalline sulfate process. So we're going to finish setting that up first. Let's see, and then we're going to see about automating infusers. That's a side project we're trying to do it sometime today. I've got to get a couple more data models up to basic level. All the models I have now are at self-aware, so I don't need to level them anymore. So there's I've got 4 in my hub now ready to go up. Most of them are Twilight Forest ones, so those shouldn't take too long. But yeah, lots of stuff to work on today. I did make 4 or 5 maximum size compact machines. I got, let's see, 4 more. So we've got a few more of those in there ready to go. So I know I've been making them 1 or 2 at a time. This is the one where I was just talking about we are automating granite and diorite. And then this is the one that those are going to go into in order to finish automating the rest of the calcium sulfate. Calcium sulfate is just horrible. It's a overwhelmingly complicated process to get something you very rarely need. How does that clipboard work? I can help you there. So make a clipboard, right click on it. You can go in and create a title. You can add what you want. You can bounce between pages. And then you can click on it to check that it's done or exit out, or a third one will get rid of that. Now, if you shift right click on a block, it'll hang it on the wall. Usually takes a second for it to load in. But, you know, we'll give that a moment. But the good news is with the, there it is. I left it on there. Good news is you can actually change pages and interact with the check marks and X's just while it's sitting there. I actually have a tutorial about the clipboard. It talks about how to make it, how to run it, but it's not an overly complicated one. Chris, hello, Chris. You know how to go about getting the best slime dirt for bonsais? Couldn't get a way to get one of the materials. Well, let's take a look. I am totally fine with taking a moment. Slimy dirt. Let's see. That's going to be purple slimy dirt. You need redstone, dirt, and liquid blue slime bucket. Fair enough. All right. So let's go to slime. One thing about the JEI is a lot of times it doesn't break down how to get it in the bucket, but if you can find the liquid blue slime, it'll show you how to make that. Then getting it into the bucket's the easy part. So if you ever find something where it says how to make this slime bucket, but you click on it and there's no recipe, go ahead and click on, find the actual block for just the liquid version of it. So the liquid version of it is just milk and slap a blue slime in there. So that's that one. And then it'll be liquid blue slime. You just grab it with a bucket. It'll be a bucket's worth. So milk and blue slime, not too hard to get a hold of. And then there is the magma slime. Magma slime, same process. Magma slime crystals themselves are not too hard. Netherrack, soul sand, slime balls, and magma creams. Should be able to get those. If you're at this point, you're probably able to get all of those things. So we're looking for molten night slime. So again, we're going to do the same thing. Let's find molten night slime. So we click on that. It is part iron, part purple slime, part seared stone. So iron, purple slime, and cobblestone mixed inside of a smeltery will give you night slime. And then you could just like normal, put the a bucket in a casting table, pour it right into it. That'll give you your bucket of that. Let's see. Couldn't find a way to get blue slime or the other one into a bucket, weirdly enough. I was sorry. The bucket's the hard part, because when you click on the buckets, like I said, it usually doesn't give you a recipe. And then you're like, oh, well, I've hit a wall. I don't know how to do that. So anytime you find a something bucket and you can't find it, do a search for just the liquid version of it without the bucket. And that's usually going to show you how to get a hold of that. So for blue slime itself, easiest way is from pristine blue slime matter. Okay? The pristine blue slime matter you can get by fighting blue slimes. They're found in the Twilight Forest, most commonly in the Mino Shroom maze. So it's a double-layered maze. You go in the first level, and you got to find the way down to the bottom one. It's wrapped around with bedrock, so you can't break it. Run through there. Blue slimes pop up there a lot. So that's a great way to level them if you're looking for them in the rare. Blue slime seeds. You can also make them. So with any other slime, combine that with melon seeds, and usually lapis is the cheapest and easiest to get a hold of material. So any color slime ball, melon seeds, and lapis will give you blue slime seeds. Just grow them, kill them, and they'll drop blue slime. Let me pull out a bucket of molten night slime, and I couldn't find anything online about it. One of the things that'll snag you there, if you're ever trying to pour it into a bucket, you have to have a minimum of 1,000 millibuckets in there. If there's not 1,000 millibuckets of the material in your seared, it's not going to pour into the bucket because you just don't have enough. So I would recommend increasing the amount that you're making just to make sure there's enough in there. I didn't have so much. When this thing wears out a little bit, I just reorganized it. When that wears out a little bit later, we'll throw some night slime in there and see if we can get it to work. It'll probably take a little while for that to clear up, but we'll give it a shot. Hello, ML. Good day. A button didn't work for me, and it was frustrating. A button. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, so just set the bucket in your casting table. There has to be at least 1,000 millibuckets, because that's how much it takes to fill a bucket. And it will not let you do a partial bucket. That's kind of a standard across most of Minecraft, at least in Skyfactory 4. There may be some different mod packs out there where there's differences. But if you don't have the 1,000, it won't let you pour it. Whereas, oddly enough, with an ingot, it'll let you partially pour it. Yeah. Technical, right? G'day, Pixel! All sorts of stuff going on today. Today we continue the word I'm looking for. Disaster. We'll go with that. That is calcium sulfite, which is just horrible to make. Yeah. You just set your bucket in the casting table. Take your yellow thing out of there. Your gold. And then slap a bucket on there, and then just pour it over the bucket. And what'll happen is, as it cools down like normal, it then goes twink, and it becomes a full bucket. What's the red blinking block? A different automated thing? That is a redstone clock, usable in many different ways. So a redstone clock is the same as flipping a lever with a redstone torch on the other side or hitting a button. It sends a redstone charge and you can go inside and you can do how often you want it to do it. So in this situation, I have it doing it every 1 second, and the redstone charge only lasts for 1 second. So basically, it's like me clicking on this spigot every second. Click, 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 click. The reason I recommend the redstone clock over any other method I've come across is that when I've used levers or fluid cables of any kind, the problem with those is it will pour out as long as there's some in the smeltery. So let's just say, hypothetically, we got what here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 pour spouts on this thing, right? So 6 pour spouts. If there's only enough in there to do 4 ingots, and they're all on the exact same cycle, it's going to pour that into all 6. And none of them are going to have enough to make a complete ingot. It's just going to sit there. And if you're making another type of fluid, another type of metal after that, it's going to clog your system. You either have to go in there and put in more of the other metal, enough to get it so they're all full, or break it and put it back down so it'll get rid of that and start doing the new one. With a redstone clock, it's clicking on it just like you are. So if there's not enough to fill an ingot, nothing comes out. So you will never clog your casting tables. Redstone clock will never, ever do that. Fluid extraction cable will hold fluid in it, so it's pulling some into it even if it's already poured out and it's waiting for it to cool down. That little leftover may not be enough for an ingot. That's why I recommend redstone clocks, and if you put them kind of catty-cornered like this, it'll do 2 at a time, right? So I got 2, 2, and 2. The only time you're ever going to worry about clogging there is if somehow whatever you're feeding in here to provide it, there's an odd number of in here. That won't clog your system per se normally. It's just going to sit there annoyingly. Let's see. I'm sorry. Let me go back up here and find. I'm sorry. I was answering some questions. Yuri, you grabbed an eggplant breakfast. Okay. Was that the one? Or did I miss one before that? I don't know what an eggplant breakfast is, but I will take your word for it. Also, why do you do ingots versus casting basins and fluid ducts? Fair enough question. Casting basins, kind of for the same reason. If I'm throwing in an odd number of meltable materials and there's not enough to make a block, nothing. It's not, that block is just sitting there. I'm going to have material left inside my smeltery controller, which will be in the way, and it'll sit there. And if I do it again, I'll have some more sitting there. Then I'll come in here and there'll be 10 different metals, and none of them are enough to pour a full block. On top of that, historically, 99% of the time when I need a metal, I need it in ingot form. I don't use a full block anywhere near as often as I use an ingot. So having it pour into ingots, while it can take a little bit more time, it's going to save me time when I actually start building something with it later, because I'll have it already in ingot form. And it's easy to put it into a block if I need a few blocks, way faster than trying to break down a whole bunch of blocks into straight up ingots. So that's more of a laziness point for me. That's that. But that's why I use ingots instead of blocks, just because it's easier. Also, do you have anything to fill up the lava chamber? So in here, is this filling up? Yes, it's filling up automatically. So, if you've ever been here before, you know that I sing the praises of basic power source being an upgradable geothermal generator on an infinite lava loop. Okay? So this is producing infinite lava, which is what's running my geothermal generator, which is producing power. Because it's making infinite lava, put a fluid extraction cable and a wireless fluid node, I can go ahead and sync a GPS to any location that I want. I have 2 currently, right? So here's the first one, here's the second one. So you'll see that the first one is this barrel right here. The second one is my seared tank. So this wireless system is constantly sending lava directly to those locations, which means I never have to touch this again. That's going to create infinite lava without me providing anything, and this will always be full. I never have to load it, charge it, add it, or anything. The reason I have this here is because I was making obsidian with it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Grab a bucket. So I grab myself a bucket of water, and because the lava automatically fills up, I just made an obsidian, but it doesn't look like the lava went anywhere. So I just made 9 obsidian, and each time I hit it with water, lava fills it up automatically from my wireless sensor. And you can do that to as many things as you want, you know? So if you have a bunch of melters you want to run it to, I've done that before. I've had a melter for a whole bunch of different materials, and then had lava going to all of them. So that great way, this is a great power source and lava. Now, I use that as a primary power source a lot. As you can see, I got a whole bunch of them over there. But usually I only need one of them actually running lava. It's rare I'm going to need 9 things getting lava at all time, but it can happen. Let's see. Eggplant omelet. That sounds odd. Do you have anything? So I did that. What are all the random blocks under you? Random blocks under me. Okay, so this wood. Sorry, cobblestone. This is wood. I'm using glowstone as my light source, so I don't have to have torches everywhere. These are elevator blocks to allow me to go up or down the different levels of my base. All right. So elevator blocks let me go up or down as needed, just a convenient way and actually faster than flying. And then other than that, I've just got some cobblestone walls around the edge so I don't foolishly walk off. Not that it's a problem. Any fast way to level up in Matter Overdrive Android stations? To level yourself up? Yes. Someone reminded me of it earlier and I'd forgotten. Deep mob learning. So when you're doing deep mob learning, it's going to give you matter. And the pristine matters are usually the things you're looking for, because you can use those to trade them for different items in the loot fabricator, right? But if you're going to get a ton of these. There's Overworld, there's Hellish, there's Extraterrestrial, there's another one too, I can't think of it. Let me grab a couple. If you take these, you can eat one, and it gives you experience. Or you can why am I standing on an elevator? You can shift click, and just eat them for experience. So if you have Matter Overdrive automated, which I do, this thing is running 100% constantly every one of these data models, which means normally every 8 seconds, I'm getting one of those matters on top of the pristine matters they're providing as well. So I have, as you saw, a horrendous amount of those matters. I'm saying 20,000, 10,000, 13,000. I can just gobble those up for experience. Those things. I'm so sorry. I misunderstood your question earlier about the blocks. So this is a sky grid map. So it's Skyfactory 4, but it starts like this, and you don't get a sapling. You just start on one single piece of bedrock. That's this. So what you do, this is how Sky Grid works, you basically are going to jump over to a stack of columns and start digging your way down. When you get to the bottom, right, you're going to fall through, and then what you got to do is you got to try to aim for that bedrock block. And if you hit it, you'll die. But then you'll respawn there, and you'll break your grave, and you'll have all the materials you broke falling down. Now I can use that to build out my little island a bit bigger. Do it again. Keep making it bigger and bigger and bigger, which is easier to hit every time I fall down and die. And eventually you're using some of those materials, like wood, to make tools and things like that. The best one, of course, is once you get a hold of some wood, make yourself a crook. Then you can start using the crook on leaf blocks you find until you finally get a sapling. Once you have a sapling, you're back in Skyfactory 4 mode, and you can kind of proceed as a normal Skyfactory 4 playthrough. With the bonus of tons and tons of material at your exposure whenever you need it. Let's see. I know I'm missing stuff. There's so many questions, so I apologize. You're welcome, Chris. Yes, the redstone clock works with SNAD and is the best way to get it. I never figured out a way to automate blazing pyrotheum. I know it's a mess, but I want it as a personal goal. All right, fair enough. And I don't know why that's checked. You know, I've never done it either, but I'm sure it's possible. So we're going to add that to the list of things to do. We may not get to that today, but we got today and tomorrow, and I'm working across multi-projects at a time. We'll add that on there for us. That's another thing we'll work out how to figure out and how to do. Let's see. Not normal XP, the XP in the Android station. True. You just need blaze, powder, sulfur, and redstone, I think. For blaze. Yes. So it's a bit complicated to automate all those processes, but it's possible. Android station, you need your personal XP. That is correct. The Android station, you need XP, but when you eat those things I was talking about, it gives you XP. I had 7 levels of XP before I pulled that matter out. And you can see at the bottom, now I have 41. So now I can go over to the Android station and spend that 41 on whatever I want to spend it on, if I need to. So that's just experience. Any experience source will work as long as it's in you. Do you play Hypixel off camera? No, I've never touched that. Yeah, Inferno, sorry, I messed up on that. Yeah, so when you start up Skyfactory 4, there are multiple different world types. The default one is the one we're used to. You start on top of a tree and you build out from there. But there's some where the whole world is a liquid, which poisonous liquid. There's like there's probably about, let's say it's like 15 or 20 minimum different world types you can start with. So Skygrid is just one of them. And it was requested by a member of the community that I try playing on Skygrid because I couldn't quite figure out how to get started with it. And I'd never tried it, so I figured out why not. Got that one going. Is there a limit how many times you can use a data model? No, there is not. Once it hits, I mean, it'll continue to level up until it gets to self-aware. But once it gets to self-aware, it is good forever. So you really don't need more than one, unless you need, a ton of something specific very quickly. Usually one will do. Okay. Hello, Steven. Good day. You get XP in the Android station if you get normal XP. Yeah, the Android station has no XP in it. When you click on the Android station, it's showing you what your XP is. So the Android station is saying that you're spending your XP to level up. So it says I got 41 XP, and here you can see on the bottom I have 41. The Android station is just using your personal experience to purchase different skills. Breaks your leg simulator, very accurate. All right, let's see. What is the easiest way to get Android and legendary Android points? That can depend. I mean, to be honest with you, the average mob farm has the potential to get them for you. It just can depend on a couple different factors. Where I am right now, I don't get a lot of good mob drops. Let's see here. That's not the one I wanted. So I'm in Jungle Hills. I don't get a lot of drops. Skygrid works a little different as well. But in regular Skyfactory 4, just having a regular mob farm gives you the opportunity to get them. If you really want to increase that, go to the Nether and specifically fight legendary androids. You can tell by their name if they're orange or purple or regular white or not. But fighting an orange legendary one has a much increased chance of dropping a legendary part. If it drops a part, it'll be a legendary part. I should say it that way. But you can go manually farm them if you want. Like I said, with the average mob farm in most of normal Skyfactory 4, you'll start getting some over time. I realize it's the same XP. No, you're good. Yep. You're good there. Never really use the Android. Android's fun. A little OP, but I love it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the legendary ones are a little bit larger, which I agree. My mob farms are always a 3x3 internal space. And that's more not for them. It's more because I want to get Enderman early on. That's a good source. That's pretty much my only source of pearls. So I have make sure there's at least 3 space in there. So Enderman will pop, but Enderman and Legendary are about the same height. Hello, Madman. You're welcome, CJ. Yes, the orange ones are legendary. So the legendary parts, legendary droids will drop legendary parts if they drop one. Got a ton of legendary parts. Yeah. It's possible. Again, some of that can depend on what type of biome you're in, right? We've talked about that. Some of that can depend on biome. Deep ocean has horrible drops. And for some reason, it just seems that everybody I talked to lately has been dropped into a deep ocean. Including my Lost World. So, I understand. Deep ocean, not the best for that type of thing. All right, I need 2 rock crushers to get this next setup going. All right, I'm going to need 2, 3, 4, 1. Oh, didn't have quite enough. All right, I need 2 more rock crushers. I need these rock crushers for the process that we were about to start working on. Let me grab some more of those. 3, 4. Okay, so we've got that. Need middle, left, and right. Need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, because I'm making 2. Rock Crusher, Padap. Excellent. Hello, Sky. Good day. Low on stuff because I think of making myself an Android. Oh, yeah. Android's definitely the way to go. But before you become an Android, make sure you build a charging station and an Android station. The other stuff you can do later, but have those 2 ready to go just so that you have a source of power. Early game items you need for Skyfactory 4. I guess it depends on what level of early game, right? When you first get in there and going, Paxels and Crooks, I agree. Those are what you need to start getting your materials. You really want to start building out once you get your dirt sapling down. Make yourself some shears for leaves, because if you put dirt in a cauldron of water, it becomes mud. You hit that with 4 leaves, you get 4 grass blocks. So for every 1 dirt, you're turning it into 4 grass using leaves. That's a great way of getting extra, even farmland, because you can always hoe grass, right? I hoe everything. But you can, that's a great way of getting a large amount of dirt early if you want to start getting some farms going as quickly as possible. As soon as you can, get to the nether. Save up your pearls, get to the nether, or build your cake, get your cow. It's early game, but not super early. As soon as you can get to the nether, get yourself some nether wart. As soon as you have nether wart, you can pretty much go ahead and make yourself an air charm, which gives you limited flying. Having the ability to fly in Skyfactory is overwhelmingly helpful and will help speed up your game. And in my opinion, it's probably the easiest and cheapest one to get is the air charm. You can also use the jetpacks too, but I'm not as big a fan of those. But they can work if you want to go that route. I definitely recommend trying both so you can find the one you like better. But nether wart's the one thing you're going to need from the nether in order to be able to make those. Okay. Started in Extreme Hills. That's a good one. Let's see. What would be the best? What is the best theoretical armor you can get? Supremium. Premium is the best armor in Skyfactory 4, unless you're playing with Project E on, and then there's like the gemstone ones that are in Project E. But in standard Skyfactory 4, the best thing that you can do is go ahead and make yourself Supremium armor. Supremium armor gives you creative flight, right? It also gives you the ability to add charms. It also gives you the ability to enchant it. Same with the weapons and the armor. The weapons and armor are overwhelmingly durable, or so the armor is, and the weapons and tools are infinite. You don't ever have to repair them. So Supremium armor is the best armor in the game, hands down. Let's see. Again, jetpacks. There we go. What would be the theory? We did that. You know whether or not there's an efficient way of getting steel. Steel seeds. Steel seeds is the best thing I can recommend doing from Mystical Agriculture. Mystical Agriculture. All you need is a few pieces of steel to get started. Even if you can just make 1 steel seed, make it as quickly as you can. Plant it, and then just let the steel essence go. And then when you get to the point you're actually going to need some steel, you'll have a bunch of essence built up, and you can just make what you need. Or turn it into several more seeds and so on. But for most materials, if there's a Mystical Agriculture seed, that's the best way to get it. There are a couple exceptions to that. The hogs are great for getting pearls. I find that to be better for pearls than messing with Mystical Agriculture. And Deep Mob Learning will provide you some materials you can't get through Mystical Agriculture, and some stuff you can get a little bit faster if you want to go that route. But for most of the metals, if not all, Mystical Agriculture is the best way to go. Let's see. You need a bit of energy. That is correct. Tigger Smeltery is one important. Yeah, as soon as you can get a Smeltery up and going, build a Smeltery, because that's going to start increasing your material. So now when you have Iron Amber, instead of cooking it in a furnace and getting an ingot, you put it in your Smeltery, you get 2 ingots. It's going to double your output, double the amount of material. In early game, that can be invaluable. Party Pickaxe. That's purely opinion. I hate the Party Pickaxe, but a lot of people like them. If you've never made one, totally do that and see what you like. The only problem I have with Party Pickaxe is Party Pickaxe breaks stuff too quickly, in my opinion. And there's a lot of times I'm trying to break a block and it breaks 6, and now I've got to rebuild them. If I'm accidentally vein mining, and it breaks through the first block and hits the second block I didn't want to break, it will vein mine your entire floor out from underneath of you before you have a chance to do anything. Why a lot of times I don't even use the Supremium Paxel, because it still breaks things a little bit quick, in my opinion. That's the only downside I have with the party pickaxe, but I know it's very popular, and I highly recommend trying one out to see if it works for you. Automate every single sapling. Best thing you can do. Yes, 100%. Is Colonel here? Our Colonel is not here today. Colonel is in Australia, so it's daytime there now. He usually streams a little bit earlier in the day, our day. But no, I haven't seen him yet today. Let's see. Draconic Armor. Draconic Armor does not exist in Skyfactory 4. It's only in Skyfactory 3. So yeah, Draconic's good armor, but it's just not in Skyfactory 4, so it doesn't, unfortunately, become an option. Culinary generators. A lot of people like them. Nothing wrong with them. I just feel they're a little bit more work, and that's why I prefer the geothermal. Made an obsidian farm. Going to an auto clicker because it's faster. Make crap ton obsidian. Can work. Yep. Never use my seeds in my Skyfactory. You don't have to by any means. Well, that's true. Yeah, you need it for Supremium gear, and it's just worth it. Jack. Hello, Jack. Not sure you remember me. Oh, not a worry, Jack. Welcome back. For only getting cobalt and ardite. I just make an obsidian one using tinkers. Make an obsidian pickaxe. It'll also break ardite and cobalt, and then I never have to touch it again. All right. Hello, Turtle. Best source of power for Draconic Evolution. That's going to depend on what you're playing. So that's not in Skyfactory 4. So I guess I would kind of need to know what pack you're playing so I know what power sources you have. Skyfactory 3, it was going to be Extreme Reactors was the best route that you could go. Opinion on Tim Hortons. It is the superior donut. I know that Canadians really enjoy their coffee. I don't like coffee, so that knocks out 75% of why Canadians like Tim Hortons. They have very good donuts. On Twitch now, that is correct. I stream here Sunday nights and Monday nights, and I'm on my Twitch channel, Onlydraven Gaming, all one word, no space, no underscore. I'm over there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, even though my D&D stuff Thursday night is here. So yeah, definitely. If you've got a Twitch channel, give us a follow over there. Last night we did a really cool, Colonel and I do a 2-man 7 Days to Die on Sundays, or Saturdays, which is a lot of fun. We've got different extensions and stuff, so just by watching us play, you earn points. Then you can summon zombies and throw bears and all sorts of stuff at us. The community killed us so many times last night. Hello, HG. What's up? Diggers. Diggers is good. Stone block. What power source did I use in Stone block? I'm trying to remember. I used Draconic. It was some type of a reactor. Oh. Thank you very much, Badonka Donka, for the follow on Twitch. Greatly appreciated. And that makes you number 450 over there. Only 50 away from 500. Then I think I'm doing like an extra long, like 12-hour stream or something. Do something big on Twitch when we hit 500. Stone block, I remember it was some kind of a reactor. I apologize. It's been about 1.5 years since I've touched a stone block. So I can't remember exactly what all power sources they have. But I want to say they have a version of extreme reactors. It might be changed. The name may be slightly different, but it works the same way, and I used that. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm going to mess this one up. Is Hilarosoma? Is Hilarosoma? I apologize if I butchered that. But thank you very much for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate that. That's me. How's the Karens? I have been off work the last couple days dealing with my wife's grandma's passing, so I haven't actually been at work in a few days, which is not a complaint, mind you. You on Twitch? Well, I appreciate that. Okay. Well, you know what? I've been answering a lot of questions, but let's jump in here and get a little work done. See, where's that at? I still got somewhere to go. Okay. Thank you very much. Wednesday? I'm going to go with Wednesday. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. 2 p.m. in Australia. It is 10:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where I am currently. All right, let's get in here and see if we can set up these rock crushers. So what we're doing inside this compact machine is we have automated, up here we're automated diorite, and then upstairs I've automated granite. The reason for that is there are two... I need both of those for the production of calcium sulfate. Each one of those things I have to break with a rock crusher to provide me two. It'll provide 3 things, and I need one of them, and that's my export. So I'm trying to get the export out here. Relative pass. YouTube Minecraft, so I knew she wasn't doing well. Oh, yeah, it was my wife's grandma. She had a stroke last week, and it's been pretty much just unresponsive, and she passed away Friday morning. So tomorrow's the viewing and the burial and all that stuff. We'll be doing that tomorrow. But my mother-in-law lives with me as well as my wife, so both of them, of course, are taking it pretty hard. All right, Rock Crusher. Rock Crusher. I bet I already had Rock Crushers, and I'm a fool. Yes, I didn't. Okay. I didn't bring any of my cables with me. All right, so for Rock Crusher, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to export cables. I have to export outside of this into a chest. I then have to have the chest running to the Rock Crusher. The Rock Crusher then has to put that into another chest, which has to sort. And white items are going to export outside of the machine. The other two are going to go back into the internal simple storage. Each level has its own simple storage into a folder because I don't need two of the three things. So I'm going to need chests, export cables, the Rock Crushers I've got now, so that's covered. I'll need power cables. We'll need a couple tunnels. I could have sworn I made all that stuff. Maybe is it upstairs? Nope, not upstairs. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. All right, let's go up there and get some materials to get working. Went to New Zealand when I was 15. Jet lag, it messes me up. The only time I've ever really flown is I went to China, back and forth to China every month for 3 months. And everybody that I worked with was jet lagged except me, because I worked third shift here at the time. And where we were going in China, it was exactly 12-hour difference. So daytime over there is when I was awake anyways. I didn't have any adjustment time, but everybody I worked with had a hell of a time. So what are we trying to do? I'm trying to automate calcium sulfate, which is a component needed in the fusion reactor. It's an atrocious process, and I hate doing it. But I need sulfur from granite, and I need fluorite powder from diorite. So both of those I have farmed inside that compact machine. One's going to produce one, one's going to produce the other. They're going to spit them out opposite sides of the compact machine, so that way I can automate both sides of that process from one compact machine. Although it needs way more parts than that, it's something that'll get us started. All right, so we're going to need some cables. Like I said, I'll need some export cables. Good on import. I'll need those. Yeah, that should work. And then I'm going to need some chests. Regular chests will do. What else did I say? I'll need some upgrades to get the export cables working. Let's see, do I have any? I've got 2 stack, so that's good. Oh, poo. I always forget I have no redstone blocks anymore. One moment. Be enough to do 4. With those 2 will be the 6 I need, so that's good. I've already got file folders over there, so I'm good in that. Tunnels. I was going to need some tunnels. Do I have any? I've got 4. Excellent. It sucks the JI project died out. Then again, maybe it's a good thing. Well, people just didn't enjoy watching me make it. They liked seeing it when it was done, but nobody actually wanted to watch it die. If I'd have done it all off camera and then showed it off, people probably would have enjoyed it. I discovered gameplay you do new things. Well, a large part of that comes from the community. I mean, look, the first 30 minutes of today's stream was people hitting me up with questions. Some of the things I've talked about before, some of them I haven't. And we even added a new thing on there, automating blazing pyrotheum, which I've made pyrotheum many times. I just never bothered to automate it because lava does most everything. But hell, why not figure out a way to do it? That could end up being a tutorial. I'm sure people will eventually need that stuff, right? So I've got that. What are these? Nuclear craft. What upgrades do I need? Okay. Easier just to set it down and find out. I could have just probably just searched nuclear craft. Would have been smarter. 1, 2, and then I need power ones. But I don't think I have the materials for this, so this may hurt us. Let's see what we got. Oop. I did make enough. Excellent. I crushed a bunch of obsidian and quartz off camera because I knew I was going to need some. I wasn't sure I had enough. That's delicious. Export cables. That is correct. I have those. Oh, I grabbed the wrong cables. Thank you. I grabbed the wrong ones. I thought I grabbed export. Oh, I've only got 1. I'll need more. 4 will work. Thank you. I grabbed the wrong one. Those pipes you got, you can use a redstone torch to block one side. That is correct. That's how I keep all of my automations separate. So all of these, like for example, these chests here, each one runs into its own machine. So I can just dump a chest stuff I want in there, and then it'll run through, say, a manufactory or an elite smelting unit. And then on the outside of that, I do the same thing. The export cable, they all go into the same transfer node, but it allows me to keep things a little bit more separate should I need to. I use that same process when I was doing my deep mob over here because I wanted to save space. I wanted them all very compact. As you can see, the export cables do not run into it. Each one is its own individual, using the little yellow squares where a redstone torch blocks that off. A wrench will do the same thing with ducts. Jump, jump. Okay. All right, let's get back in here. See what we can do. I'm sure I missed something. Every time I climb into this thing, I realize I forgot something. Am I upstairs or downstairs? I'm downstairs. Okay. Go upstairs and do upstairs first because I got a little more room to work with, and I want to see how I'm going to pull this out. So, I need an export cable, but I'm trying to figure out the best place to put it. Probably should have brought a redstone torch. I can work. That there, that's my automation. That's making my granite. See. Start with export. The export cable going to come out of the machine. Going to feed into a chest. That's some overflow. Exporting directly into a machine, I find, never works quite as well. Then we're going to use item extraction cable. Put that in here, and I'm hoping this works. It may not go in the back. If it doesn't, we'll see. Let me see. So I've got corner and then one over. Four, corner. Run power to that. I'll run it there. Work. And should run power now. Does hoping to go up with this. Hoping I can export up. May not be able to, but if I can't, that's okay. Well, you know, just for simplicity's sake, let's just do this. Still gives me up, and it still puts it in the direction I want. That's going. This is going to go into the rock crusher, right? So here's what's happening. So this chest is importing my essence into the system. I'm going to feed the stuff I don't need back into the same chest, so it'll automatically feed back in along with the essence. And then over here, the other one item I do need, I'm going to feed off the top, and it's going to exit out through a tunnel. Let's see. What do you think of Hypixel's new Skyblock game mode called Stranded? Never touched a Hypixel. I'll be honest, I don't know anything about it, so I'm not sure. Last day of Con before the storm. I have rehearsal almost all day. Everything nice. L, excellent turtle. Best of luck to you, sir. Project E, I didn't craft the tiny compact machines and went straight to maximum. I only build the maximum as well. I agree. The smaller ones, it's not really worth it. Uranium in your laser. Yeah, uranium and platinum are two things that don't pop out there very often unless you really want to start messing with lenses. Okay. Gonna need a redstone torch. Gonna need a redstone. Didn't bring that. Let's go grab one. Now, last time we were playing, I was going in and outside of compact machines so much that I did occasionally have to reboot the world real quick. Just because going in and out of a compact machine on SkyGrid, imagine my PC has to reload this every single time I in and exit out. So it is a little bit lag-inducing. I haven't had lag with just playing the game, but once I start going in and out of compact machines a bunch, I expect it. So, throwing that at you guys. If so, it takes just a couple minutes, but something to make you aware of. All right. So, I may not need the redstone torch, but I wanted to have it just in case. So what I need now is I need to get a stack of granite, throw it in here so I can make sure the 3 items I'm going to get. There's a energy stack and a power stack. Okay. That's going to give me the 3 things I need. I'm here for sulfur. I might need crushed Rabenhoffenfleisner later. If I do, I'll be able to feed that out and still get it. I'm not sure if I do, so I'm going to leave it in there for now. So right now, the reason I did that is because I need to make a file folder for each one of these things for it to be able to go into the compact machine. I actually don't want one of these things to go in the compact machine, but I'd still like to have a file there just in case something funky happens. I'd like to have the access to unlimited storage. So, all right, there's that. You. All right. So this one's making sulfur. Sulfur's the main product that I want out of this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that. You know what? Before I do that, let me make sure there's nothing else coming out of this rock crusher. There's not. Okay. So I'm going to put one on top. I'll put one on the side. And then we'll grab one of these. And handily enough, everything that comes into this will feed right back into the same input system. The only difference is I need to whitelist and blacklist sulfur. So on this side, I'm going to blacklist sulfur because I don't want it taking it. This side, we're going to whitelist sulfur. So that way the sulfur will go out the top. The other 2 things will go out the side. Is there another type of sulfur? There is, yes. There are a couple different types of sulfur. I'm pretty sure I need the red thing from this as well. Pretty sure that's why I'm doing it this way, because it provides me 2 of the materials I need. Since I had to do it to get the red one anyways, I might as well use all the sulfur it's going to make. All right, so let's go ahead and get a chest. I usually like to have an overflow chest. Whoops. So that way, because when you go inside of a compact machine, items will no longer exit your compact machine. So while this is being built, I like having a place for it to... What in the world are you doing there? We have a problem. We have a big problem. I forgot to do this. That'll be a big problem. Okay. So, I need you. That should fix that. How is it? Okay. See, that should not be going in there. Why is that going in there? I've whitelisted that only. Oh, crap. It connected to that. Okay, never mind. Whoops. Figured out the problem there. My goodness. Whoops. My bad. That would explain some things. Dang it, it still did it. Okay, let me do this instead. Fix this. All of this is fixable. That's what I need to do. Now, I don't think this will connect to that, will it? It does, but I can get rid of. All right, redstone torch, redstone torch. Boop. Come on, work with me. Okay. Singes off that. No, this simple storage network is separate. I have 2 separate ones in here specifically. All right, so this should now be working. This should now be producing sulfur, which will go out here. Yes. And then I just have to slap a tunnel on there once I figure out which side it's going to go to. And then I can throw, let's see, export cable. Let's do speeds. On one, and an upgrade. That. Let me throw all this stuff back. Oh, except for you. See, that's what I was worried about. Sulfur's going to go in there. So it's making sulfur at a very fast rate because I already have 82,000 granite. This thing's been running for a while. Let's see, I can throw that in there. We're good. So this one is now producing the sulfur that I needed, and the other 2 things are going into a filing cabinet. So if it gets to the point that I need the red Rabenhoffenfleisner, I can go ahead and export it out as well. You are correct. I also greatly prefer a simple storage system. So now that we've got this set up, I'm going to do the same thing downstairs, but with what that machine produces. And in that situation, it's going to be fluorite. So same thing again. Export cable. Go ahead and fix that. 5. 3 speeds. End of that. Then I'm going to put a chest down. Then put a extraction cable. I've run out of extraction cables. I will need more of those. The other good thing I've learned is that it does import through the back, so that's nice. Power for it, so it's ready to go. There's our next rock crusher. I'm out of export cables. I'll need those. But that and that can go in there. It's got power. All those are pretty good. Yes. All right. Let's go grab some of those. Thirsty guy today. So every few minutes you may see me mute the thing or cough a bunch. I'm still getting over COVID and it does not seem to want to let go. So I apologize if I cough a lot. I'll try to, if I can make it, I will try to mute the mic before that happens. Try not to laugh, because that'll just make it worse. 20 of them, that should be more than enough. Okay. A bunch of filing cabinets in a compact machine and link the compact machine to my storage network. My friend, you can put your entire simple storage network inside of a compact machine. Yes, you can. And I've done it many times. Pros, saves you a ton of space. It also helps cut down on lag if you have your saplings in there mixed with it as well. The only downside is if a creeper or something pops that, you lose your entire inventory. So put it somewhere where it's safe would be my recommendation. But 100% you can. Give me 1 second here. There we are. There's the link. That's a tutorial on how to completely build it inside of a compact machine. So the only thing you'll have on the outside is just this storage request table, which is pretty cool. Yeah, obsidian, great way to protect it. Witherproof blocks, also a really good one. Highly recommend those. And then this is the only part that's visible, right? Oh, it's very efficient. And the design I use in there, you can 100% tweak it. But with I have filing cabinets on one wall. On the other side, I have filing cabinets with all my saplings. On one wall, I have a whole bunch of compact chests for overflow for things that don't go inside file folders. And then I have a little station set up like this with file folders inside. So every so often I go in there to the dump chests and make file folders for the stuff that I need. But I've got like 30 or 40 compact chests in there as well. So it takes a long time for stuff to overflow where I actually have to go in there and mess with it. It does look great. That's another good one. Ferro lanterns, so you get good mob proofing. That is correct. That is correct. The problem is accidents still happen. A wither escapes from your wither by happen, somehow glitches through a wall. Had that happen. Earlier, I dropped a dragon egg to see what happened, and I got an end dragon with a Steve on the back flying around, and he messed up a whole bunch of my blocks. I think he might be able to go through a bunch of that stuff. So, even some of the more proof rocks the dragon can go through. So, and he iced a bunch of stuff. Why did I come out here? What did I need? Oh, I think I came out to show something. Oh, I came out to make these. I remember now. Okay. Very easily get off on a tangent, right? Oh, and because I haven't said it yet today, thank you all very much for coming and hanging out with me today. I love doing these streams with you guys. If you're having a great time, it would be cool if you would consider giving the video or stream a like. It's very beneficial and helps the channel a lot. So it would be cool if you did. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. You can also find me on my Twitch channel. I'm over there 4 to 5 days a week. The name of that channel is Onlydraven Gaming, all one word, no space, no underscore. And over there, I stream more non-Minecraft stuff. I keep the Minecraft stuff over here. And so over there, right now I'm doing The Witcher, Thief Simulator, No Man's Sky, 7 Days to Die, a lot of crafting-based stuff. Also considering doing another Raft playthrough. They've added a lot of stuff to Raft, and I'm tempted to get back into that. Let's see. All right, so there's our chest coming out of there. Good. I need to do a block real quick. Block of this. Let's get our 3 things. 3 recipes. So from here, I'm getting crushed carabite, zirconium dust. These are 2 things I don't think I've ever used for anything. Maybe zirconium, but I don't think I've ever used the carabite. I don't even know what it's for. But crushed fluorite is a major component in calcium sulfite in several different locations. So that's why I'm making this setup down here. I need that sulfite. Get ourselves a couple folders for those. Again, even though I don't want any of that stuff to really... fluorite, the goal is to never let it hit this, but if it does, I'd rather have a place for it to go so it doesn't clog the system. Now that I've got that set, nothing should be coming through there. Good. Need to have 1 over here, 1 up there. This one we're doing our fluorite powders. So on this side, we will blacklist fluorite. On the top, we will whitelist fluorite. Oop. Excellent. And then throw that back in the chest so it goes to the right place. Good. And then in this situation, I'm going to put another. I like to have a lot of overflow chests. Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles. I have. It started off really good. It got a little grindy for me after a while, but I really enjoyed it. I played it for a while. Actually, I streamed it a long time ago. It was actually June of 2020. So 2020? What's this year? 2022? Yeah, 2020. I was doing the last episode of that when suddenly I heard a big bang and a scream, and I had to run off camera. My wife had a seizure and fallen down the stairs and broken her foot in 5 places. And I had to kill the stream real quick to rush her to the hospital. Memories, right? All right, so this should be good. So now I just need to get this stuff pulled out of the export cable. Oh, right, wait. I forgot this. Redstone torch that so it's not a problem later. Oh no! Boop. There we go. But yeah, it's a good one. If you're really wanting the space exploration side of that, Lepicio's Galacticraft was a big favorite of mine. Ba-dunk. And you'll see how quickly that stuff will fly in there. That'll cook that. That's just our fluorite powder. And the other 2 things are going in there. Excellent. So right now, we have fluorite powder automated, and we have sulfur automated. So both of those are groovy. I don't think I have a playlist for that one either. I think it was only like 7 episodes. It wasn't a very long one. A lot of the different series, to be honest, are not in a playlist, especially things that I may not have played as long. I did go ahead and put a playlist together for this one. Some folks out there, you folks had requested that. So there is one for this. I have to let everybody know that the first episode of this series is half of an episode. The first half of it is the final part of my Skyfactory 1. I end up running out of stuff to do mid-stream, so we switched over. So if you're looking for the first episode of this series, it'll be listed. The name of it is Skyfactory 1, Episode 8, and Skygrid Episode 1. So it looks a little different, but it is put on there as Episode 1. So if you're looking at the playlist, it's the first one on there. But I normally don't like to start a new game mid-stream. I just straight up ran out of anything else to do. I couldn't think of anything. So. All right, let's see here. The only problem with Galacticraft is they never finished it, so eventually you will get to a point where there's nothing left to do. This is good. This is very good. This actually works out really well. It does a multitude of different processes in one compact machine. It produces technically 6 different items. And while I'm only pulling 2 out right now, if I do need those other items for something down the road, I have that option. So, that he likes. All right. So now that we've got that going, we can now begin the process of going back to actually building this frickin' system. So real quick, I'm going to hop inside this compact machine and get it generated. Good, generated quickly. Leaving a compact machine for the first time takes longer. Interesting factoid. And if you don't mind, I'm going to eat a York peppermint patty. But not just any York peppermint patty. One shaped like a heart for Valentine's Day. That's so cute. I love York peppermint patties and gummy candies. My favorite candies. All right. Boy, it takes a while. Another problem with the different playlists is, and this is me as a viewer, it does get frustrating when you go to a website sometimes. They've got 108 playlists. Now you're sifting through all of those. So I try to do it specifically for stuff people want. Hey, what's up, Smitty? Yes, gummy candies are the bomb. And I really enjoy gummy lifesavers of all the gummy candies. They're high on my level. No idea what to get your girlfriend? I'll give you an option. Depending on what your budget is, of course. You can get these online. If you order it soon, you should be able to get it. But even if you can't, you should be able to find them somewhere in your local area. They're not that rare. You can find glass roses. Very pretty. Normally $30-40 at most. Sometimes less, sometimes more, depending on the quality you're looking at. Get yourself a glass rose. Get it in a box. And then go ahead and get yourself a regular rose. Put them in matching boxes, but make sure the boxes aren't see-through. Make sure you know which one is which. That's important. When it's time to give it to her, give her the regular rose first. I'm going to paraphrase, but say something like this. Roses are beautiful, symbols of love, just like you're beautiful. My love is for you, is forever, blah, blah, blah. Then give her the other one. She opens up the glass one. Say, and this is a glass rose. And much like love, beautiful and fragile, but as long as you care for it, you'll have it forever. It works. Not saying I've done it, but I can say that all the people I've given that idea to have had very positive effects. If you can, write a poem, throw that in there too. The effort is the important part. All right, let's see. Going on, hard candies are great too. Yeah, I saw a glass rose in a glass shop. I was like 19 or 20, and like I saw that, and that's immediately what came to mind. That's what you should do with this. Time I did it, it worked out real well, and but at the same time, I don't do that with everybody ever dated, right? Because then it just becomes cheesy and it sucks all the meaning out of it. So, but yeah, if you're with someone you really, really care about and you're looking for something meaningful that they can, keep forever, put it up. It's a beautiful glass rose. They're very pretty too. You can find a bunch of them online. You might even find some that are a little more resistant, like an acrylic one. But, that's an idea. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I am a romantic at heart. I'll be the first one to admit that. I have a very a habit of doing stuff like that. I also love to write poetry, so it's fun. All right, let's look at the devil. Calcium sulfate, the devil. It is by far one of the worst things to automate. And I already built a couple machines for it. Where are they? I needed a melter, yes. Elite crushing factory. Was that for this? Maybe that was for this. Fluid enricher. Oh, here it is. Crystallizer. Those are the three things. So, because it's been a week, let's talk about why we need those things. Calcium sulfate, aka the devil. It is needed for several different things. Not a lot. But it's needed for this. Crystal binder. And I did need the Rada-Haschnapofner. So, I'm going to have to go back in there and automate that pulling out. So, that'll be easy. We're already making it. So, Rada-Haschnapofner. This stuff is what gives us crystal binder. Crystal binder is used to make elite plating, which is used in the fusion core, the primary component you need to build any fusion reactor, regardless of the size you want to make it. Also, you need it for elite solar panels. So if you're making the best, one of the better fusion powers, or if you're using elite solar, for anything high-end nuclear craft, it's a very hard to make but important component. Also, for the Elite Voltec, I don't know what the hell that is. I've never made that. I didn't even know that existed, right? So I'd read the energy level, right click when sneaking. Sneaking while placing. I have to figure out what that is, because that's the thing I don't know what it is. Let's see. Lithium ion battery. So obviously it's all nuclear craft stuff. So the different superconducting electromagnets. So this is something I'm probably going to need to hit the maximum size temperature, which is another reason why I decided to automate it, because probably going to need a whole lot of these blocks, which means I need a whole lot of elite platings. Molten salt controller, housing, molten salt, all of these things here. So a mess of different stuff, as you can see, that's all nuclear craft. And so because I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to make the fusion reactor work, thermoconducting alloy. There's different coolants and heaters and things, and to get it to maximum temperature is going to be a work in process. Extreme. So getting this automated will give me access to a lot of the high-end nuclear craft stuff. Probably going to need at least some of it in order to move forward. All right, so those are 3 components. So calcium sulfate is made from calcium sulfate solution, and that's done in a crystallizer. That's why I made the crystallizer. Go back a step. 2 things I need to make this. I need fluorite water, and I need sulfuric acid. So the fluorite water is the fluorite we just got. That was what I was doing in there, mixed with water in a fluid enricher, which should be, yes, that right there. I'll probably need more of those, but I'm making them as I need them. So we've got this step here, this what I call the path. So a lot of these things, when you're building them backwards, right? I don't know what the first component is until I click on this and follow the chain all the way back. So this is the original path. I only need one thing. But now I've got a split. So I'm always start with the left path. Just easier for me to mentally keep in track the order that I'm doing the automation. So I need fluorite water. That's crushed fluorite and water. So for the water, I made a dense water source. Why did I just make it? Oh, right, because I was going to make some more of them. Need those. I'm going to need a couple of these, so there's 2 right there. I should probably make another stack real quick. Bear with me. Nope, that won't work. Need bone. 1, 2, 3. It is bone, right? No, it's not bone. It's... Right. Wrong recipe. I was thinking sprinklers, because that's normally what I build in there. Infinite water source is 2 stacks of tin and 4 basic platings. Okay. Basic platings. That's not going to be enough. 1, 2... Ah! Poop! What did I run out of again? Graphite. Thought I had... Didn't we make graphite? Oh, we did. Good news. We've automated graphite. Well, that's something. Well, let's... Graphite dust. Okay. This up here for now. And where'd that go? I need the dust, so let's get the dusting. Will this go in the crusher? It will not. Manufactory? Yes. Okay. A matter of finding out which machine busts it into dust. Not everything goes in the same machine. Those. I only have a small amount of it going, but again, it's working. Okay, so there's a graphite dust. So water source, I've got 2. That's enough to get us through right now. Back to calcium. So this side's done. Dense water source is going to provide most of my water and crushed fluorite. So we're good on path number 1. Path number 2, sulfuric acid. Now, if you're watching, it's flipping back and forth between nuclear craft and mechanism. It is important to know which one you're clicking on. Because if you're doing like I'm doing, going back and forth, if I come in next time and click on the opposite one, suddenly I have a completely different path. They're not always made the same way. So let's see which one's easier to make. We'll start with nuclear craft because I'm doing nuclear craft stuff. I need water. Easy. Already got a dense block. Sulfur trioxide. So again, we're still going backward in the path. I need sulfur trioxide. Sulfur trioxide, we'll stick with nuclear craft, comes from a chemical reactor with sulfur and oxygen. This is where our sulfur was needed. Okay? So molten sulfur goes into a melter. This is the path. That's why we went off there, right? So here's the melter for my sulfur. So we found our path. We're using a nuclear craft on that path. So let's stay with that, right? Nuclear craft. Nuclear craft. So now that I have this, sulfur coming, right? I needed molten sulfur and I need oxygen. Now, oxygen or liquid oxygen? Again, this is one of those confusing parts where you may not always be using nuclear craft. Sometimes you might be using mechanism. You'll want to find the one that's easier for you. So I use an electrolyzer. All I have to do is slap water on it, and it'll make hydrogen, deuterium, oxygen, and whatever that last one. Oh, there's nothing in that one. So an electrolyzer, potential, right? Add that to the list. I gotta find my way back again. Craft. Oxygen. So that's pretty easy, right? Water into this. The question is, where do I put my hydrogen and my deuterium? Is there a way to void it out? Should be. This is oxygen. That millibuckets would imply that it's a fluid, I believe. I think it's a fluid. Hence the hard part. If I can always use fluid, much easier than if I have liquid oxygen and air oxygen, gas oxygen over here. Try to keep it consistent. On a whim, now I can take regular oxygen and make it liquid oxygen. This is what hurts my body. If you look here, oxygen is 1 millibucket, and so is liquid oxygen, which means gas is also measured in the same way. So I think Steven's saying exactly what I'm thinking as well. This might be an easier path than going the other direction. Because then I'm only getting the fluid I need. Electrolytic separator. I don't think I need any of those other fuels like deuterium and such, so we should be good. This will probably be a better route for us. So we need an electrolytic separator and a rotary condensator. Rotary condensator I've already got. And what was the other one I said? I get lost easily. Chemical reactor. Why did I make 2 chemical reactors? I must have those for a reason. Let's grab those. Leak crushing machine, PRC, electrolytic separator. There it is. Cool. Already got that set. Okay, so that again, much easier. It's important. That's why again it's important to check both paths. Find the thing you need. So we got fluorite water. Let's go look at our sulfuric acid again, right? We were looking at the left, which was our sulfur stuff. Right's water. We don't have to worry about that. So we get in here. I needed liquid sulfur. We already know where that's coming from. And oxygen, which now we have. And that goes into a chemical reactor. Did I have a chemical reactor? We do. Okay. So that path is set. We've got the machines for that one. Excellent. So we're going to go back into here. Sulfuric. Right? So that's our fluorite water coming. There's our sulfuric acid. I think that was everything, right? Because we did just fluorite water. Oh, nuclear craft. There we go. And this was liquid sulfuric water. That could be everything. Yes. This is a chemical reactor. Okay. I think we have a large amount of the stuff we're going to need. Now, that being said, I need all the regular stuff. Cables and all that jazz. So let's go ahead and we'll grab some tubes just in case. I think one of those machines I have to use tubes. I'm going to need cables. Grab some, where'd they go? There they are. Grab some fluid just in case. Will you stop that? And I'm going to need a power source. I'm going to do geothermal again. I am not anything but consistent. What? I hit the wrong one. Those. And Ah, I knew it. What am I missing? Oh. What was the other thing? Iron blocks? That I can make. Stack of those. Thermal. I only needed one. I just thought I'd have a second one ready to go. One thing I did off camera today is I did go ahead and set up an automation for all the different essences. I don't have them all on by default. I'm just going to make the ones I need. But sometimes I need a bunch, right? As you can see, I did leave this one on by accident, so I have no regular inferium essence, but I got a ton of this one. So just for conversion purposes, if I want to, I now can flip on either one. It'll just start making a bunch of them for me. So just a way of having that automation ready to go. If you're wondering how I did that, I use it with the same other regular machine automations. I just set it up in here. Before anyone asks, in case you ever want to do this, if you're going to use this same auto crafting method for essence, you know, I've always said you have to put the recipe in here first, right? Master infusion crystal goes in the middle. Your processing cable does not require you to put the crystal in there. I'm just saying that because the crystal itself is always in there. It doesn't disappear. Use a red one. Don't bother with the other one, because then it's going to eventually wear out and you have to replace it and you won't realize it. It's been sitting there not doing anything. Take the time, make the red one. So all you have to have is the recipe and the component it turns into. You do not have to add the crystal. You will need a crystal in each of your essence. To answer your question, Turtle, one of the blocks we've discovered this time, the controller block for simple storage, a block that up until now has been useless. But fiddling with it this playthrough, we learned that when it allows you to control your processing cables. Every automation I'm adding with the processing cable, I have the ability to have it on all the time, turn it off, or have it off but only make a specific amount. Make 6 of those. So it did. So it's a way of controlling every processing cable you have connected anywhere on that simple storage system, which is great. So if you want to have a thing like me, or I've got all these way up here, I don't have to keep coming up here to turn them on and off or make changes or whatever. I remember what this one is. I haven't used that one yet. So if you wanted to put these in a compact machine with your simple storage, you could totally do that. Just makes life a little easier. But yeah, that is a great block. I'm going to do it. That's the tutorial that I believe is coming out this week. Yes. The one that'll be out Tuesday or Wednesday. All right, we were looking at recipes. So I've got that. Going to need the other things. I'm going to need a cauldron. Already got my fluid cables, so that's cool. Probably going to need to make a few more fluid cables. I have a feeling that's not enough. Get a few more of those. These are them I was worried about, but I'm doing some different fluid work here. I may also need to make a tank or two when we get in there, because things like the water, I could connect, hypothetically, that dense water block to a tank, and that fluid cable's coming off that to run water to several different processes. So that's why I want to have a few of those. Excuse me. Gonna need a torch. Gonna need to learn how to spell. There it is, torch. That's a gold nugget. I don't know why this does that. It keeps doing that. I'm gonna need an automated user. Grab 7 of those. Again, it just stops dragging. Then I'm going to need a cobblestone generator. Good, I've got some of those. From simple storage to ME, and the remote system with ME is awful. Yes, I'm not a fan of ME at all. And the more I figure out with simple storage, the less and less reason I need an ME system. For the longest time, the biggest thing that's offset ME was the ability to auto-craft. But I'm at the point now where I can pretty much auto-craft everything with ME for way cheaper and faster. And having the controller block lets me control it all from one place. So that's not to say that there aren't some things you could do with an ME I can't do as simple. I like to view it as there's a few things you can do with ME that I can't do as simple yet. I haven't figured out how. By God, I'm going to do it. All right. Leave that's everything. Yeah. I want more power cable, though. Not a lot. Okay. All right. Let's get in here and start dealing with the devil. Last thing I'm going to need Gadget. That is not my gadget. There it is. And some brick. I think you all know I like... Oh, God. I forgot to bring a chest and everything, too. Oh, I've got chest. Okay. That should hopefully work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of split this compact machine, bottom and a top half, because there's a lot of components and hoses I'm going to want to run underneath and above to get this stuff to all connect. Why did that stop me? Sure, that's a fair point. The thing with simple storage I would use for that is that the cost to make your storage that will not need junk storage is so overwhelmingly high that in the time it would take to make that, I could have made 1,000 compact chests and have that junk storage and still be able to access it. Again, for me, a lot of it's the input versus output. ME storage is so expensive to make and requires power. I don't have to have power for anything for simple storage other than auto crafting. It doesn't use a lot, but that I could see that being a partial benefit for sure. All right, let's see. Where are we going to put our power? I like to put our power over here. I got the power. Compact. Automated use. Power. Cauldron. I forgot to bring a muffler. This will be loud for a moment. I also didn't bring any upgrades yet, but I knew that part I knew. I just want to get it up and started. Apologize for the sudden loudness you will experience. There we go. Cool. I'm done with brick, so we can hop out here. I almost remember, I'm pretty sure I remember now that I needed tanks. Process. Tanks and buckets. The buckets I need because I'm going to have to whitelist and blacklist fluids. And then tanks I'm going to have to come back for because I don't have enough room in my inventory. Sound muffler. Okay, cool. I'm done with the brick and the building gadget. Okay. Inside. That'll silence that. Good sauce. Cobble in case I need it. Extra, I should have dropped those off, but that's okay. All right, let's get in here. Very corner. Drop a couple chests off. Let's get everything in here. So if I do have to run back and forth, I'm not going to need torches. Don't need either of those. That I've got everything that I need. So now I just need to go back out and get upgrades for power, and then power will be ready to go. Yes. Go do that. And it's the in and out, especially the early part getting components. That will slow you down. I have to say, last night's 7 Days to Die stream went overwhelmingly well. Thank you, everybody who came and participated in that and helped out or killed us, whichever one you preferred. It was greatly appreciated. All right, modifiers. I will need many of these. Oh, 2 stacks. Stacks. 4 stacks. If I remember correctly, this is slightly power intensive. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oop. All right, real quick. See, iron. All right, cool. After we're done here in a minute, after we get some of this started, we are going to come up and do that night slime test that we were talking about, just to make sure we can get into the bucket, like I said. Because I did promise to show. Show your work. Yep. All right. Let us. Oh. Oh God. I forgot the other compact machine that gives us our material. Gotta bring that, or that's nothing's gonna work. Come here, you jerk. Back in we go. All right, here we are. Woohoo! All right. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So, that in there. And we're going to back pedal. Here we go. Calcium sulfate, right? Start on the left with fluorite water. I need fluorite water. I'm going to need it, if I remember correctly, in a couple places. So that's crushed fluorite and water. Pretty easy, right? So that's going to be our compact machine. Water. Fluid extraction cables. Item extraction cables. Probably some chests. And then what machine does that go into? Goes into a fluid enricher. All right, fluid enricher. There it is. See how I show? Yeah, I'd be happy to show you that. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back out there in just a minute anyways. So yeah, bear with me and we will take a look at that. All right, there we go. That's the big thing I wanted to check. Needed to know how I was going to have that set. I need to also go out and get some tanks as well. So let's see. I'm going to put one on that side. I'm going to put one on this side. Put one on this side. So the top one is going to take my Rohashna out of here, which I'm going to deal with in a minute once we go inside to finish setting up the rest. One side will be fluorite. One side is going to be sulfur. So this one will be our first process. Going to try to keep the power cables all underneath, right? So I need this to run sulfur. And again, I'm going to put overflow chests everywhere I can. That's going to be my sulfur. I'm going to need so many cables. That's going to bring my sulfur in to this guy. Right? And I'm also going to need water and power. There's my power's going to go. Okay. Power. I'm going to bring all the power stuff down, then I'm going to connect it afterwards. I need water to run to this. Now I'm hoping I can run water in from the back, which so far has been working for me. So water cables, I'm gonna need more of those. Okay. All right. So my goal is to try to have my fluid cable down here. I'm gonna use my dense water blocks to produce into tanks, and then the tanks can feed to several locations. In theory. So I'm going to put the tanks down here. I need to go get tanks. Okay. Don't like wireless in here. Nothing against it at all. If I come in and want to change a bunch of stuff around, I hate having to pull all the GPS and figure out which one goes to which machine and such. Which, for the record, to avoid that confusion, you can use an anvil to name them, by the way, for folks who may not have known that. You can use an anvil to name your GPS, so that way you know exactly which one's which. But I digress. Cables. I need cables. And to make cables, specifically some water cables, I will need bricks. I have none. So I will need these bricks. I have not enough. So I need those bricks. I do have some of those. I automated that process. I'd forgotten about that. Sweet. There's a chunk. Not completely automated, but automated enough. I need these stupid stairs. It's one of my least favorite things to mess with. But now that I've got a bunch, that's good sauce. I'm going to make a stack of item ones. I'm going to make a stack of power ones. Then I'm going to make a stack of iron ones by making some nuggety nugs. Up all my nugs. Nugs, not drugs. Living that nug life. Okay. And then I said tanks, right? Let's get some tanks. Now, I want good ones. We're going to make some ultimate ones because several processes are going to pull water, so I want to make sure it doesn't have a chance to drain. So let's build 3 of them. One. Oh, good. 2. Already had some. Oh, well, I need that. 1, 2, and 3. Those are elites. Ultimate. Boy, I'm glad I made a mess of this stuff ahead of time. Ooh, just in time, too. Last ones. All right, so I got 3 Fatty McFat tanks here. That will be groovy. Did I make more water ones? I did, okay. All right, so, yeah, to answer the question from a moment ago. So the way I set up my systems over here, my machines, I use a mineral battery. You can use any size you want. Make them huge, make them small. Throw a few together. That doesn't matter too much. And then I GPS that. I do use wireless there. GPS runs to all my batteries, running from one of the geothermals. Or I'm also using flux in some situations. But for these, I like to have the battery. Then I normally go 4 high at most, just because it gets real inconvenient to reach up to 5. Okay? I then I put down the machines I want on the front. So if we're looking at this first stack here, elite smeltery, chemical injection chamber, elite infusing, and elite crushing factory. Okay? Then I'm going to put an extraction cable coming out each side. After I put the first one down, use a redstone torch so they don't connect. That one, top one you don't have to. But then you have 4 extraction cables coming out, slap you a wireless out there, and then connect all the rest of them to that wireless. GPS that to your storage system of choice. Now on the left-hand side, you're going to do the exact same thing, except instead of having the cable come out, you have it coming in. I put chests out 1, and then I connect it, singe it, connect it, singe it. That one, I singed it underneath for some reason, but whatever. And then run that up through. So now, whenever I need to do a whole mess of whatever, I can just throw a bunch in that chest. It's going to do it, and then wirelessly put it into my system. I don't have them 100% automated because I'm constantly crushing and smelting and doing different things. And to build an automation for 1,000 different automations is silly. I don't need stuff that often that it takes me 30 seconds to walk over here, grab a bunch of thorium, and slap it in a chest. Doesn't take long. Pretty easy to do. But then I do that, and I rinse and repeat. And then this one over here is just for the stuff that I'm never really going to need to automate. It's rare I'm going to use a mechanical drying basin for more than a stack of something. On crafting grinders, I just throw stuff in there as needed. Enchantment extractors, same kind of thing. I don't have to automate those because I don't need them that much. And then this I just use for charging of stuff. So I usually have one like that where I can have my battery, and then I can wrap machines all the way around it going up. You are very welcome. Glad I could help. All right, I don't need that ingots. Okay, there we go. And I don't need that stone block. Yes. Okay, I think we're good. Back inside we go. There's nothing wrong with using wireless. I should clarify that. If you want to use wireless, by God, please do. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm going to see if I can run this off 1 tank. Don't know if I can. We're going to find out. 2 dents should keep that pretty full. That's my hope. That whatever else I put on there, wherever else I run that water, that should hopefully be enough to run water to everything without running low. If it doesn't, then I'll put a second tank with another dents here, and we'll have 2 water sources instead of 1. So this water source I'm going to run to other machines as well. Let's make sure it's getting its water. It is. So all it needs now is the fluorite, and we're going to have to make a bunch of these upgrades. We're definitely going to be messing with a bunch of these. I'm going to need more tanks too as part of this process. I just made 3 to get started. All right, so once our fluorite's coming into here, we're golden, right? That's awesome. So that's our first component down. In the devil, that is calcium sulfate. Fluorite water comes into that. And if we look, fluorite water is a prime component, right? Now, here's the interesting thing. There may be locations down the road we might need fluorite water, but I think the path we're going to take this time won't need it. So hopefully that'll be the only fluorite water we need. So now we need sulfuric acid. We said we're going to do the nuclear craft one. I need water for this again, right? Chemical reactor. Remember that? And let's go back and see nuclear craft. All right, so here we are again. I need sulfur dioxide and oxygen. The oxygen, we're taking the alternate path. We're taking the mechanism path. But for this one, we're going sulfur again. Here we are again. This is where I need oxygen. So I need oxygen here and the next step. So our oxygen producer is going to be producing oxygen for 2 different processes. Again, one of those things we got to make sure that everything keeps up so that nothing clogs. Molten sulfur, super easy. That just goes into a melter. All right, so our sulfur is going to come out this side, right? So we're going to go ahead and drop another chest down. And what did I say, a melter? There's my melter. Okay. So this one is going to do compact machine. Now I'm going to try to face everything the same direction, right? All the fronts of the machine, where possible, I'm going to have facing this direction so that my inputs and outputs are always coming in the left, going out the right, as much as possible. Doesn't always work that way. There's a melter, needs power, right? Good stuff. That one needs power there. Good thing with that is I don't have to do anything else. The sulfur is going to go right inside of that, and we're good to go. But that is, at this point, probably get a piece of paper, 2 stacks of upgrades we're going to need. Okay, so that is the nuclear craft, right? Yep, okay. Nuclear upgrades. At this point, I'm going to put 2 down. So I'm 2 of each. If I'm going to make 1 stack of one, I'll make a stack of the other. So that's going to provide us rest of that path. Fluorite water is already covered. Acid, nuclear craft, and here's where we're getting our Okay, I need that more. Nuclear craft. Okay, so our molten sulfur is going to go into a chemical reactor, and it's going to go in there with oxygen. All right, good deal. So that means this is going to be a fluid. I'm going to pull a fluid out. That's going to be a fluid, and it's going to pull that into the whatever the heck machine I just said. Chemical oxidizer. The chemical oxidizer. You can see where you got to bounce back and forth so many times in this process. Nuclear craft. Chemical reactor. Okay, I need a chemical reactor. Chemical reactor. There we are. Chemical reactor is going to go in there. So that's going to provide us our first component. It's also going to need power. Not all machines need power. Not all heroes wear capes. Great question. Why don't I auto bookmark everything? Because then I won't know. It'll be hard to remember which one goes in which order. And that's part of why I'm building it, going back each time, making sure each one is flowing into the right machine and mixing with the right liquid. I did try to do that in the past, but sometimes, like with oxygen, I'm going to use that in 2 different places, remembering which other one that goes with in what kind of a machine could get confusing. So a lot of these different fluids are going to mix in one machine and mix in a different one. To keep that straight, I find it easier to go back in and out so I don't mess up my own process and have the wrong fluid running to the wrong machine. Because I have done that many times. This is one. This is the system automation I was doing that I actually made that mistake on. This was a big project for me very early into Skyfactory 4, because when Skyfactory 4 came out, fluid cables did not have the ability to filter. And there were no filters for fluid. And so the problem I ran into with this is there's several parts in this where fluids are going to run into the machine, and I need them to go to a specific direction. Without that filter capability, the wrong stuff kept clogging up the wrong pipes. And it took me forever, and it didn't work, and then I was streaming early on into showing this process, and someone's like, why don't you just filter it? I'm like, there is no filter. And they're like, yeah, an update came out last week. And I went and updated it, and it added filters, which made this process possible. Before that, I just couldn't get it to work. All right, chemical reactor, right? Oh, and that's a 3rd stack of upgrades we're going to do. Why'd you choose to do SkyGrid over normal Skyfactory? I've done normal Skyfactory 8 or 9 times at this point. And a member of the community asked me to do SkyGrid because they were having a hard time figuring out how to get started. Because there's really nothing that tells you how to get started. You start with nothing. You don't even get a sapling. You get like the bacon and the coffee and stuff, but you don't get the sapling at all. So figuring out how to get started was really what they were looking for. And by that point, I was into the game, so I just kept on going with it. Once you get a hold of your first sapling, which didn't take but an hour or so, then it becomes regular Skyfactory 4. But Skygrid, one thing nice about it is there are a couple really harder to get blocks that are now just sitting there. Sponges being one of them, and sea lanterns being another. That gave me access to sponges and prismarine much earlier than I normally have them in Skyfactory, which enabled me to really jump a couple hurdles, because you need, I want to say it's a sponge, to make the fluid extraction cable. You need one of them for fluid cables. And that's what I need for geothermal, right? So a lot of times I'm using combustion generators until I can finally get a hold of sponges or prismarine, whichever one it is. And this time I got to go right to geothermal, which sped up that process. Good question, though. Next time I will probably do a different starting world, a different world type. Give it a shot and see what there is about it, right? There's always folks out there who don't know how to do something, and right now I'm one of them. I don't know any of those other world types, so we'll go through them one at a time. All right, so there's our chemical reactor. Back in here, nuclearcraft. Nuclearcraft. All right, so here's where I am right now, my chemical reactor. So our sulfur, our liquor, sulfur, blah, 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 right? Let's check that. It's 2 chemical reactors in a row. And both of them need oxygen. Okay, that's what I was wondering. All right, so that means this machine has to go to yet another one. Chemical reactor. Got 2 chemical reactors in a row here. And both of them need oxygen, which is great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the oxygen process underneath of this, so it feeds up into both machines. I think it'll be just a little bit easier to do it that way. See, the compact machine world, the one where you start in a small area and expands over time. Hi, sweetie. Sorry, my kitty's here. I haven't seen her most of the time. Hi, Buff. How you feeling today? Let me see your toes. Toes look good. I tried it in just an actual mod pack of its own and didn't like it because it was a lot of sieving and stuff. I don't believe the sieving's in the Skyfactory 4 version, so I wouldn't be against giving it a shot in Skyfactory. Oh. There you go. Guys, give me one quick second to grab something if you would. Bear with me one moment. Look at my butt. Buffy can never find her treats if I don't bring them over and just show them to him. All right, let's see what we got here. What am I thinking? All right, so there's my second machine. That's also going to be a 4th set of upgrades. Thinking, where was I? Oh, yeah. Be back in the process. Okay. Nuclear craft. All right, so chemical reactor needs, we said we're going to do mechanism, we're going to do liquid oxygen. We're going to do the same thing here. So both of these machines need to have liquid oxygen coming into them. So we're going to build that process down here. So for that, we need water again, right? We were talking about that. And just based on the process I'm at here, actually. Take these on this side instead, so I can run cables back here a little better. And oxygen, electrolytic separator. There it is, electrolytic separator. Wait, is that right? The electrolytic separator feeding the oxygen out. I want the oxygen going to... Which side do I want the oxygen going? Just in my head, trying to figure out the way I want to lay this out a little bit better. Excuse me. I can bring the machines with me. That would have been helpful. Rotary condensing trainer, electrolytic separator. Bloop. Electrolytic separator. I want to run the. I'm not sure it'll let me run the water in there, but we're going to try. Bloop. Okay, good deal. So that works. Gives me my oxygen, gives me my hydrogen. Hydrogen, dumping, because I don't need it. I'm going to run out of power, but that's okay. I don't care too much about that. And then I'm going to need that to run into rotary condensator. Yes. Will that work with fluid? Will not. Okay. That's where I need my tubes. Tubes. I don't know why I put those away. I'm going to need that. Dang it. All right, so that's going to get that process going. Now I need my stupid. Give me those back. Guess I can take all of it now. All right, so that's going in there. I think this is laid. I may have to, like I said, alter the layout just a smidge. Maybe not. We'll see. That. I can singe that, but I don't. Yes, I know it looks a little wonky, but it'll be all right. Now that's not going to work, is it? Yes, because that's producing it out. That is a fluid. Okay, so that's where I want my other tank. Okay. I want a tank to gather that sauce and that. So that hopefully this process will continue to run much faster and enough so that hopefully it'll be able to provide enough for both. Now this needs mechanism upgrades. So I need 2 sets of mechanism upgrades. We can make those. And I forgot. We gotta run the power down to that one. At this point. Did kind of put that water square in the middle there. But that's okay. We can make use of that. Because I've still got to feed this stuff into the end. So that's okay. All right. So now we've got water going. We will. Or our oxygen should be going into both of those, in theory. So that's going to give us nuclear craft. So that oxygen mixes with that. That's where we left off. Okay, excellent. So that means at this point, we have our sulfur trioxide. So now sulfur trioxide has to go into another chemical reactor with water. So another chemical reactor. I am 1 shy chemical reactors. Go make one of those real quick. Chemical reactor. Da, 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 da. You are correct, Mickey. Putting the power cable in there would have been a smarter thing to do. Sorry, I just noticed that comment. It would have been a much smarter way to do that. I came back here for a... Was it? Chemical reactor. Clicked on that, couldn't I? Chemical reactor. So, what do I have? Some of it. These. 4 of those. What am I missing now? Oh, that's everything. Chemical reactor. Good sauce. Put that out of the way. Back inside. Yes. Let me sink my air. This is going to go in with water. Again, I could probably make this slightly designed. I'm just keeping it straight lined for convenience. Okay. That's going to run into there. That's going to bring our peroxide, and then we need water on the back. Power, water. Oop. So for the water, I'll bring a redstone. I can. That should provide water. See? Part of that provides water up there. And this here is where I was talking about earlier, where I needed the ability to sensor the fluids. And it's all because of this next part. And it's that. Sulfuric acid, the machine we just made, makes hydrofluoric acid and calcium sulfate solution. I don't need hydrofluoric acid, but you can see it 2000 MB, 666 MB. It makes this way faster. So no matter how I had fluid cables running into the next machine, it would use up the sulfate faster, and then it would fill up both sides with hydrofluoric acid. So I need to, this next situation, I'm going to have hydrofluoric acid going to a tank, which I'm then going to run to a trash can to just get rid of it. And then the sulfate is going to move on to the machine we actually need. So, yay. All right, so that's going to, this is going to provide us 2. That's why it's the devil. So I'm going to, the censoring is going to take a little bit of work here, because I have to get some hydrofluoric acid so I can get a bucket of it. Didn't I bring buckets? I didn't bring buckets. So that way I can then break those and be able to censor it so it goes to the right spot. I'm hoping I can pull the hydrofluoric out of the top. And then I'm going to pull the calcium sulfate out the side. So now I'm going to run everything to power because I'm going to need some hydrofluoric acid. So let's go ahead and get this stuff all powered up so I can get to using it. And let's see. That is also going to need power. That. I'm going to have to feed it to another machine, and I'm going to caddy corner this one, so it's going to come to here. That should be the next block that'll power. Do that. Just going to run this straight across. The edge. Whoop! Stepped on something. Oh, the sound block. Now, nothing's going to run yet because I haven't gone inside and set my sulfur and stuff to come out. Oh, hello, sleeping man. Gauge dropper, potentially. That's going to be my last machine, which is going to be my crystallizer, which I'm going to go ahead and put down. I need water going to this one? That's right, this one needed water. So now I need to go in there, and I need to have sulfur coming out the north side and fluorite coming out the south side. You could help me remember that. So north is sulfur. North is sulfur. Okay, let's get that done. North is sulfur. All right, so we got that. And I'm good. Please work for daddy. North. Excellent. So that should start feeding that one out. This one's going... Wait, which one is that one? Whoa! What has happened here? All right, so here's a problem. Ah, that's my fault. I didn't connect this. But it has a way to start feeding that other stuff in here. That's my fault. I've clogged my own system a little bit, but that's okay. It'll catch up. It just couldn't keep moving because I forgot to put the sensor in. That's my part. All of these things need to go in the... Let's help out a little bit. None of these are fluorite. This is the excess stuff that I don't need. Okay. That should have unclogged that. Now, yeah, the fluorite's yoinking out very, very quickly. Okay, so fluorite I put south, right? No, I put it north. Frick. Okay. Well, that figured. That one's south. Okay. Just means once I get out there, I'll have... The good news is, I'm hoping not a lot of that went out there, but I can always move it out of the excess chest I put out there. This one needs to be north. Okay. Those should be good. Okay. Over here. Fluorite is coming the right direction. Fluorite needs to be moved. Okay. That out. Get it there. A little bit extra here, but that's all right. Fluorite. Hopefully that didn't clog it. It did, so I'm going to have to fix that real quick. All right. Sulfur's going the right way. Fluorite's going the right way. This thing is making fluorite. I just don't have any way of it coming out yet. That is melting. I didn't have any upgrades, so this process is going to be slow. I'm going to do the upgrades. Okay. You are correct. Yes, I need to power these two. Thank you very much. Okay. Working. This shouldn't have overflow, but just in case, we'll do that. That should be flowing straight out, going into the tank, and at this point, all of it should be going straight up into the machines. Liquid oxygen. Liquid oxygen. The only concern I have is, if these are backwards, is it going to work? Nothing's happening yet. See? I may have to clear these out. What do I need? 666 of 16. I may just not have enough yet. So we're going to go get the speed upgrades and then work on that as well. Oh, I'm also going to need a place for this. I forgot. I got to do this fluorite water. Didn't I have one more tank? 1, 2, 3. No, I didn't. Crap. I need another tank for the fluorite water. I need, need fluorite water. Tank. That tank, probably gonna need. In my head, I'm trying to think of ways that this might clog that I may have to fix. And I've already found one potential one. I don't have the stuff to make an ultimate one, so I only got one of those. An elite should be fine. Upgrades, right? Okay, let's do the upgrades. So I needed 5 nuclear craft upgrades, pair up stacks. Let's see if we make this way. Then I'm going to need 1, 2, 3. Okay. This, I probably don't have enough for 5 of these. We will see. I'll probably have to crush some stuff. Hot damn! I did. Sweet. 7. All right, what am I missing? Osmium dust. Oh, that I can do. Osmium going. Thank you for different tool. Oh, no worries. No worries. So let's see. Upgrades. I needed 2 stacks of the power ones. Those, or sorry, those are the speed ones, and 2 stacks of the power. All right, that should be feasibly all the upgrades we need. The tank we needed. Yes. And I'm probably missing something, but we'll figure that out when we get there. This is a long process. All right, so let's see. Start with you. Power, speed. Power, speed. Power, speed. Yeah, that's not working for some reasons. Oh, no, it's getting there. It's getting there. Okay, cool, cool. Power, speed. Sulfuric acid. Excellent, excellent. So sulfuric acid is working. Means I haven't connected this yet, right? Okay. So, see, that's gonna be that's where my problem is. I need that sulfuric acid. The problem is the other fluid is probably filling up in the cable. Like I said, it's a little irritating to get started, but it'll work. Tank. There you go. Our fluorite going, and you'll need. Oh, there we are. Did I make enough? Oh, one short. I was wrong. I need one short. Okay, we'll go back out and grab those in a minute. Here, you can have a speed one. Speed one. Those will be done. We'll put the fuel in there. Hey, Muttley, what's up? Osmium. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've always pronounced osmium that way. Who knows, right? A lot of these, unless it's a real thing out in the world that I don't know about, if it's Minecraft, then a lot of times there's really not a right way and wrong way to say it unless you're speaking to the creator, right? All right, so that's going to get those pumping. Everything down here. How's my water tank look? That's what I was worried about, and the water tank is staying full. So 2 dents seem to be enough to keep it full, even with it on max. Woo! There's a problem. That's a problem. That is not as bad of a problem as I thought it was going to. I am automating crystalline sulfate. Pronounce that correctly. Calcium sulfate, which is one of the worst things in the game to have to do that to. I'm going to make a change to something I just did. I think there's a better way to pull this off than what I just did. By the way, thanks for hanging out with me today, everybody, coming by. If you haven't already, but you're having a slightly reasonably good time, it would be delicious if you would not mind clicking the like button. It really does help and makes a huge difference. Greatly appreciated. I came here for black hole tanks, because that's going to be easier than using some of these tanks. I think that would have been a much better use in the long run. 1, 2. Probably more than I needed, but that'll work. Needed one more stack of upgrades. 1 shy. Oop. Speed. Oop. I ran out of the gold. That was halfway there. You're so close. Oop. And I got a few extra for next time. Okay. Let's get that going. Oh, forgot my bucket. No! Forgot my bucket. That's okay. That's okay. This will take care of a lot of the clogging issues that I was worried about earlier. Nothing's getting in here. But I have no... Where's my clog? Got sulfur. Here's that liquid oxygen is my clog. Okay. Liquid oxygen's keeping that machine full because it's the first one. Ah, okay. So liquid oxygen is my problem. This is not producing as... Why does it also not have power? Oh, wow. This is using a lot of power. All right. That'll work. That's part of the problem here. This doesn't have the power to produce it. Okay. That we can fix. The problem with this is, of course, being careful here. Even though I may have to add a second power producer here on the off chance. Struggling to keep up. I'm going to need to add a second power source, but that's okay. That's doable. Oh, I already added a black hole tank for my water. I was going to add one for this, but it's already struggling to keep up there, so I'm not too worried about that. I am going to do this real quick. Why waste, right? That in there. Okay. I need a bucket. Oh, yeah. Where was the machine that I didn't add those to yet? Second power source, I think, is probably going to be my best bet. That's okay. That does not take long to build. We can do that. Let me, real quick, throw some stuff in here so I've got room. And we'll go back and do that real quick. I need a second. That just ran into the wall. Hope they're okay. All right. So I'm going to need another geothermal. Luckily, I started the process for that already. Oop, ran out of iron blocks again. No, I did. Clicked on the wrong thing, too. Those. Those, close enough. That. Upgrades. Nope, not upgrades. They're called modifiers. Modifier. Gonna need another sound muffler. Spelled sound wrong. Spelling will be the downfall of me yet. I kid you not, my friends. Already got fluid cables there, so I'm going to need cobblestone generator, user, cauldron, get another torch, got the geothermal, fluid cable's already there, sound muffler, need that bucket. In fact, let's grab a stack of buckets. All right, let's make this work. Ooh, last fluid. I'm probably going to need to go make a couple more of those, too. Yarn it. Oops, missed. Not enough yet. Why is that struggling so badly? Come on, kick in. Sometimes it does not like to play nice and kick in. There we go. Now it's working. That should fix that process. This uses a lot of power. Getting there, though. They put energy in there. This thing uses a lot of juice. How is that not keeping up with that? Give that a second to get full. I'm used to seeing this issue. Granted, it's also filling up every pipe between it, but I don't understand why the lava's not keeping up. It should be producing lava at a pretty high rate. There we go. There we go. It's finally filled up. Now, that should swoop that down a lot. But it's got the lava. Okay, now let's take a look at it. For the love of all that's Canadian. It's running at least. That's the important part. All right. My concern is, do I need a second one of these? See, now, I almost feel like everything's struggling for power here. And a large part of that could be that I have speed upgrades on a lot of this stuff. I may need to slow some of these down. That's the step we're going to take right now to see if we can get this a little bit more under control. Maybe we don't need it to be using quite as much power as it is. All right. As you can see, there's still nothing over here, which is irritating. All right. So. That's units. Bucket. Bucket. I think I needed two. Sure. See. All right. I've got to let this run out, unfortunately. I want to know where my other stuff is. Am I not getting my other component? The Flux network? I mean, you know, I try to build all my automations to be self-sufficient. So when I'm showing these, you know, if I do it as a tutorial or if I do it as to show other people who may not be using Flux, like I say, each thing is its own, its self-contained system. So I try to design it to work that way whenever possible. All right, good. That's empty. Whitelist. Blacklist. Now I'm one short of a fluid. That's funny. Okay. We go make some more fluid cables real quick. Not a fan of auto clickers, and they also cause a lot more lag. To be honest with you. In fact, you'll find that a lot of people who have servers and stuff will turn off auto clickers as even an option to be used. They're just very lag inducing. I try to avoid that as much as possible. What did I come out here for? Oh, yeah. Cables. Bunch of that. See, now I'm starting to get a excuse me, a little bit of lag because I'm going in and out, in and out of compact machines, which is known to happen. All right, so that's getting my, okay, nothing yet because I don't have anything running. Yeah, I'm starting to see a little lag. In a minute here, I'll have to reboot the game real quick, but it doesn't take but a minute. So again, we are holding on liquid oxygen. Now this is not getting power. Oh, somehow I unplugged it. That's not my fault. I turned off the power to that machine. Well, the good news is, boy, that got me a little head start. And now this has no power. Ah, Lord. Okay. Oxide water. Why am I not getting? What am I doing wrong? Are you serious? Sulfuric acid. Sulfuric dioxide. Where am I missing my spot? . sulfur trioxide and water. It makes sulfuric acid. I'm missing a complete step. Wow. Complete step I'm missing there. Damn it. You know exactly what I did wrong now. I don't even need that black hole. That's the wrong machine. That's the wrong thing I thought I was making. Damn it. Pooh. All right. So the upside is we can... The sulfuric acid needs to go into the next machine, not that one. We are going to still bring it this way around. Because that sulfuric acid needs to come into another chemical reactor added to the fluorite water. It's the hydrofluoric acid that I thought I need to put in a black hole. I forgot a step. So I need another chemical reactor. I'm short another chemical reactor. And then this fluorite water is going to run into the next with it, and that's what's going to make our juju. All right, so this is just extra. We can worry about that in a minute. There. Need another chemical reactor. I did not make enough of those. I've never had a problem with cyclic cables causing any problem with lag at all. They've actually been, from what I've run and what I've experimented with, they seem to be the most efficient. All right, give me just a minute here real quick. Gonna load the game in and out real quick, just to reset it. I've been going in and out of the compact machine so much, it's having a hard time loading the SkyGrid map. Take just a minute. Every time I come out, it has to completely reload all those blocks from SkyGrid. I've never had a problem going in and out of compact machines in the world before, except for SkyGrid. But it's understandable with the amount of stuff it's putting together. The most lag-inducing thing I've ever run across is bonsai hoppers. Bonsai hoppers and crops. Because people make the huge, monstrous mistake of putting a sapling on a bonsai hopper and not making a file for everything. Don't make a file for everything, you are killing it. That is not good stuff. So I said I was making another chemical reactor. Bunch of stuff. These. 1, 2, 4. Chemical reactor. Okay, let's get this fixed now. I am not perfect by any means. Oh, right, I left that unconnected. Okay. Badoop. Now, this is where I need to fix my stuff. On a ton yet, I'm maintaining specific speed. Now, see if I can make this work. Hope I have enough fluid cables. I do. All right, there's our fluorite water, there's our sulfuric acid. Stack of power in there for sure. Half a stack of that. There it is. There's our calcium sulfite solution. Okay. That's what I... Oh, I already broke it. Okay, good. All right, so... Fluid cable number 1. Yep. 2. Yep. Hydrofluoric acid. Hydrofluoric acid. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Out. And I'm going to need a tank temporarily. That. Schlub of that. This one is going whitelist hydrofluoric acid. This one, which should be empty at this point, is blacklist hydrofluoric acid. Now, oil tank. That will take care of that. Now I can fire that back up. Calcium sulfate is building. Hydrofluoric is going into there. Excellent. All right, so now the next step is going to be the crystallizer, which is the last component. And that, it's also going to need power, but fortunately, not that much. Power. See what we can do. It's slow. I will need some upgrades on that. Half of your speeds. You're producing fluorite at such a high rate I can afford to spare you. That in there, and that in. Speed that up. Excellent. So this is useless. Casts. Traction cable. Traction cable. And then traction cable. And okay. So that should be giving me my calcium sulfate. This stuff is, for all intents and purposes, running now. And running at a fair speed. Nothing seems to be lagging behind. My liquid oxygen is keeping up. Uric acid will just keep going into here. Hydrofluoric will keep going into the tank. If anything, calcium will be the one thing to slow us down. Let's go ahead and finish popping that full. Still got plenty of power there. That'll put that, because again, I need a bunch, but I'm not going to need, you know, tens of thousands. Okay, so let's get this going into the system. I'm going to feed it into a filing cabinet actually connected to my simple storage system outside of the machine. So this is going to funnel out and then go directly into my regular simple storage system. And that saves me having to use cables and extraction cables to get it back out again. What am I looking for? This. Plus, by having it loading out like that, I don't have to put this compact machine specifically connected anywhere. Put it right there. Why the overflow? Excellent question. Because when you go inside a compact machine, things stop going outside of the compact machine. So if I go in there to do maintenance of some kind, it's still producing it in there, but none of them are exiting it out and going into your system. Once I leave again, that overflow will start shooting out and clean it out again, because it'll flow through the pipe really, really fast. It just lets the machines continue to process and build up materials while I'm inside doing any type of maintenance that I need. But that's specifically the reason, to allow for maintenance without loss of production. I've worked in way too many factories. Calcium sulfate. We now have calcium sulfate automated. Quite quickly as well. All right. So everything that's basically going on inside of that machine is done except for one more step. I need the riboflavin, whatever the fuck it's called. I need that, and I need it coming out here because I'm going to need it for part of the next production. So for that, I'm going to need a chest. I'm going to need an export cable. Probably need a couple chests now that I think. I'll need my... Do I have any item extraction cables left? I do not. These are good. Extra stuff for later. Couple... Whoa, run out of all this stuff. Rubber. Excuse me. My... oh, and then some regular cable. Which are probably all inside there, but just on the off chance and they're not. Extra. Let's see, this is the south side. Work. South side. Good sauce. Yeah, I did have more stuff in there. We'll grab that on the way back out. So this is going to be the south side. South. Okay. We'll go in here. And which side has our floffer? Not this one. In here then. There it is. Crush this stuff. I think that's the same thing. I should probably check to be sure. Crushed rock, yeah, that's the stuff. So I need that with the calcium sulfate, with some obsidian dust and magnesium dust, in order to make the actual main product why we need the calcium sulfate, and that's the crystal binder. Crystal binder goes into a lot of stuff. So I'm going to feed this stuff out of the system. And I should be able to do... That's a whole extra filing cabinet, isn't it? I don't even need that. Some of this. Export cable. Forgot component, but I can get that. Export cable. Chest. Do I have another tunnel? Crap! I'm short a tunnel too. Okay. So I got... Well, that's backwards. Reminds me, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna need another tunnel, and I'm gonna need the cable stuff for... Yep, it's going to start filling that up. So let's go grab that stuff real quick. Have any extra tunnels? Did not. Tunnel. And something else I needed? Oh, right, the upgrades. Okay. So, well, that's for example. So when I went back in there to work on that, none of the calcium sulfate was coming out. It was just building up in the chest. And as you saw it just zoom by there real quick, once I came out, everything in the chest shot back into the system. So it just allows it to keep producing without a clog. Why I do that? Answer the question. Turn my space heater on. It's getting chilly in here. Chilly. All right. So I came out here for upgrades. Need those. None, huh? That sucks. Sucks more. Those. 4 of those. And a tunnel. Compact machine. Redstone, copper, and then what do you put in there? Forgot, is it redstone you toss? Redstone, okay. Actually, Muttley, to answer that question, I again say mystical agriculture. Once you get 4 pieces of platinum, make a platinum seed, and then the first few essence you get from that, make a few more platinum seeds. Once you've got 12, 16 at most. 12 to 16 is what I run for most anything. Like these first 16 or 16 something. Platinum seeds are better. To get your first platinum, of course, you can go mine it. It does exist in, I believe, Lost Cities and Twilight Forest. I usually get mine from laser drills. It's a very rare and slow drop. Big time. But you can get some. Let's see if I've even had any yet. I haven't even looked. Nope, I haven't had a single platinum drop. And I've been running this for a while, so it's very slow. Mining, it's usually some of the easier way to do it, especially in the Twilight Forest. I'm pretty sure it's there. But you can get it from laser drills. That's one reason why I run a lot of laser drills, is normally to get a hold of some platinum. And I don't have any of it yet, so when it comes time for me to need it, I'll go have to digging for it as well. Let's see here. You did a super chat and showed the charge, but it didn't show in chat. It does not show that any, I don't show that any super chat has gone to this channel today. I'm not sure if it gave it to the wrong person, but I appreciate that you tried. Thank you very much. Let's see there. Where are we? Let's see what else I missed. I know I probably missed some chats here. Is there a better way to platinum? I did that. Super chat. Are you able to chunk load the chunks your compact machines are in? Won't have the not exporting outside issue business. No. It's a thing. It's one of those things where even though your compact machines share the realm you're in. So if my compact machine's in the overworld and I'm in the overworld, everything in the compact machine is going to keep working while I'm in the overworld. But once I go inside, it doesn't register the overworld. You could try chunk loaders. I've not had a lot of experience with it. A lot of success with it. Going inside the compact machine just kind of shuts off everything outside. I've been putting the chests there, but to be honest with you, a better solution, if I wanted to take the time to do it, would be a black hole unit, right? Because then however long I'm in there, I don't have to worry about it, and then they'll all go shooting out when I leave. So a black hole unit would be better, just a little bit more expensive. I feel somewhat better day. Overall, I feel okay. But if I get to laughing, I get to coughing. And it feels like there's a hand on my chest just pressing, just enough to be uncomfortable. So just walking across the room and back, I get winded. So I've got a little asthma inhaler thing they gave me, and I'm going to have to call them again tomorrow because tomorrow will be 3.5 weeks since I first got sick. That part's not getting any better. Let's see. What else we got? Have you thought of making your entire world a compact machine hub of main systems and compact systems? Yes, I have done that. There's a playthrough where basically, just as an idea I've done before, is when you look inside the compact machine, what you'll see floating in the middle is another compact machine with chests sticking off all 4 sides around it. In that compact machine in the center is my simple storage system with piping going out, and the only thing outside of it was a storage request table. And then, so that's floating in the middle. In the bottom of it is all compact machines going around the edge, and with its own compact systems inside of it, and everything that's coming out of those is being sent into one of those 4 chests, which is inputting it into my simple storage system. So the 4 chests are for input purposes. And so all the everything more or less was in there. And it wasn't really hard to put together. Save space. But I reckon I had to start putting signs on everything because I had so many compact machines. It's hard to remember which one was in which. Because they don't serve alcohol to minors. I am part of that for sure. All right, let's go up and make our... Oh, wrong one. So used to having this in the sky, and this time I built it down below. I think it's probably the first time I've ever built a my compact machine production process underneath my world, right? Yeah, Rico, somebody mentioned they'd like to see me try that one. That might be the one I try next, right? Normally what happens is when I finish with this playthrough, I've done everything I feel like I want to do with it. I will jump to a completely different mod pack for maybe a few weeks or a month. Like what is it, Insane Craft or things like that. Play RL Craft, like jump out, do something different, but still Minecraft. Excuse me. And fiddle with something different. And then after I do that, or 2 of those if they're short, I'll come back to Skyfactory and try a different world set. Just to take that little break in between so that I don't get to a point where I'm getting bored with it, you know? Because that's, you don't want that. You want to have fun. There's me tunnels. And I got my upgrades. Oh, right. I forgot it's down here now. So now we can go get the Robin Hoffenfleisner. All right. Wrong one. Up here. Okay. So that should be filling up. It is. Good, good. And then this was going up. Up. There we are. And then over here, I want 3 speeds and a stack. And you'll notice that it's loading in there much, much quicker now. That's kind of my sweet spot. I like to have 3 speeds and a stack. I find is the overall the best rate for that. Again, black hole unit, setting it there would have been better, but again, I don't think I'll be coming back in here much, so I should be okay. So the only downside is this is going to mess my simple storage input for a minute. If you'll notice, there's just a ton of that. So it's going to be filling up this chest for a minute with all the stuff coming through, but eventually, once it gets all of it in here, it'll calm down and clear out. That's the big thing you got to keep an eye on with when you have your input system or input chest, is to make sure you don't have stuff coming into the chest faster than it can go into your system, right? So, when these 2 get full, I'm just going to basically build another section, kind of like I did up here for automation, except I'm going to have import cables running into gray cables and just have compact chests on top where I won't need the power. And then I can have multiple input sections. I've never built one like that. I really like the auto crafting setup as I have it like here. I think an input section would work just as well. Ever heard of Attack of the B Team? I cannot say that I have. No, I'm not sure what that is. All right, folks, 2 hours it has taken us. But we're hopefully about to do something relatively cool. And I can get rid of that. We're going to jump into Fusion. And where's it at? Oh, I need everything. All right. I need these. So what I need is Crystal Binder. That's what I was looking for. Now I should be able to make a good fat-sized chunk of it. That is the only downside, is magnesium. But magnesium I can crush as needed. I did get some magnesium seeds going. As you can see, I've got 5,000 essence there. So what we'll do is this. Pull a chunk of this out. Magnesium is useful for a lot of stuff, especially in nuclear craft. Can I crush this? I can. Good. That'll provide us magnesium dust, and actually I got 11 magnesium here I can throw in there as well. So, that's delicious. Let's make a folder for Crystal Binder, because I'll make more of that eventually. Truly. And we are good. We have the beginning of what we need. Let's go back to Fusion. And we'll go ahead and add that to the... Oh, I guess we... There we go. So I need 4 of these. But I'm missing something. Oh, right. These first. Oh, God. I forgot. Now we have to get to this point. Again, making this center thing is just an atrocity. Science? I'm not against it. All right. Wow. I'll need 2 chemical reactors. Back to this again. Okay. No. Chemical reactor. Those. 1. Oops. Really? I ran out of those again? Make a stack of those. I'll need those. There's our 2 of those. All right. Magnesium, the blah, 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 blah. As you can see, I don't have something. So, I have tough alloy. We automated that last episode. Now I need magnesium diboride alloy. And I don't remember how. Magnesium and boron in an alloy furnace. The good news is, don't need a lot of that. So that is not a machine that I'm going to have to automate. We are just going to make some right out of the gate. Bare alloy furnace. Okay. Like a stack of those and a stack of those. Those in there. And what I say was magnesium and boron. I'm sure I've got both. A single stack should probably do. Boron for days. These I don't have set to auto output, so I'm stand here for a second and take them out. Take more than a second to get one stack. Does not use it in equal stacks. Interesting. Interesting. All right, we'll come back to that later. Here we go. Let's just on the off chance I need those later. Folder for everything. All right. So once again, jump over here. All we need are those corner pieces, right? See what we need for those. I got boron. I got crystal binder. I need DU plating. The sulfur. Of course it is. And uranium-238. Okay. Sulfur is relatively easy. May even have some. Do I? I got a bunch. Sulfur we're good on. Okay. Good sauce. Got that. Actually, I didn't even need to pick that up. I could just left that in there. Okay, so sulfur we got. So, uranium-238. By cooking uranium-238 oxide, 238 oxide, or a regular uranium ingot in an isotope separator. That's our path. I knew it. I knew I'd make something. You make a stack of those. A lot of those. Isotope separator. Okay. Again, not something I'm going to automate right now. Might later. But at least this will give us what we need. This one's not too hard. Uranium. Oh. Pooh. I don't have a uranium yet. That's not good. Not you. You. Going to need uranium seeds. Woo! Expensive seeds. Hot damn, those are expensive. That's all right. I'm cut. 28? That's more than I even wanted. I just want, well, I guess I just want 10. Because that's how much I've got. 10 will work for now. I'm going to come back and make a couple more in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me. All right, so I had 10. I want 16. So I need 6. 6 times 4 is 24. Get back in there. I'll cook that back into ingots. That should give us the other 6 we needed. Okay. Here, I try to keep them together as much as possible. So I try to do either 12 or 16 of each seed that I need. Now, that'll take a minute because we'll have to get that and uranium essence in a folder. Dust And essence in a folder. Oh, that one's full. Next. Good, no more came in yet. All right. So, now we were needing uranium blocks. So I'm going to go ahead and cook up the rest of these because that's... Now that I've got the seeds I need, I'm not going to need those, so that'll work. Woo! Hey, Buff, you having some treats? Those are my gummy candies. You can't have those. Agricraft? I don't believe so. It might. I don't know. I don't use Agricraft. Got Mystical Agriculture. I don't believe it has Agricraft. Mystical. No, it only has Mystical Agriculture. Alright. Ooh, what was that up there? Oh, magnesium job watcher. Alright. So that being said, I needed that uranium. One stack close to it should cover what we need for this. That is not the machine I meant to put it in. That's the machine I meant to put in. I'm going to need some more upgrades. So many upgrades. Got plenty of speed upgrades. Just need some energy up. Oh, quartz. That's what I'm short. Okay. Quartz block. Good. That. I love factories. Delicious. Okay, so we were making upgrades. Those, now I need power one. And what I run of in the middle. Ugh, always these. Now here in just a minute, once I get this up and running, so we're almost to the point that we have our components we need to make the centerpiece of the fusion reactor. Then I have to go back and research again how many blocks I have to make it. I can never remember. Gotta be 24 by 24, but I can't remember. I think you need 24 of the things that go out from the center. It doesn't count the outer edge. I could just never remember. No, I should have done. Should make folders for those. I'm going to be using these again. Oop, more of those. All right. Let's see. We're almost to a point that we can build this. Almost. I need the thing in the middle. Okay, what's the thing in the middle now? Oh, these. Yeah, I can do these all day. 4. Excellent. Closer. 4. Okay. 4. Okay. Bam! Fusion core. Oh, my goodness. I'm so glad. That took a lot of time. It really did. Calcium sulfate took a large part of that. But we now have the main component of the fusion reactor. That guy. It's not going here. I'm just showing you what it is. So this thing is the devil. It's the only thing I hate more than calcium sulfide is the fusion reactor itself. I love that effect. I'm going to do that again because it looks cool. Alright. Yeah, definitely fusion reactor is not fun. Alright, let's go ahead and make some night slime, right? That's one of the things I said I wanted to do. Give me that. Just breaking this real quick so stuff doesn't pour till I'm ready for it. So I said I was going to make some night slime today. Somebody was asking about that earlier. So, night slime, iron, purple slime, cobblestone. I will grab 1, 2, 3 stacks of cobblestone, 1 stack of iron, and I believe it should be 2 of the purple slime. 2 stacks should be the ratio. We'll all get all that in there, let it melt up, and now nothing's auto pouring. That's why I turned that off. So that way it has time to alloy. I'm lazy. Sometimes I'll put... sorry. Sometimes I'll just put like a lever on the redstone clock. That doesn't always turn it off, frustratingly. Kind of like a 50-50 crapshoot there. Not a fan of that. Cobblestone should melt real quick, comparatively speaking. Now, as for the fusion reactor, I'm going to be building up materials. We're not stepping forward on the fusion reactor. We've got about 35 minutes left. So, as I said, I need to get some thorium seeds down. The auto infuser system. I'm not going to work on that today. I need to get at least one of these data models up to basic level so I can start leveling it. And then we're going to look at the automation of blazing pyrotheum, which is a thing. See, how are we looking in there? Anything alloying yet? Oh, almost. Get on in there, cobblestone. Okay. So, see if I can make some thorium seeds. I have a little bit of thorium. But I made thorium. Guess I didn't. Do I need blue seeds for that? 20? That's all I had? Really? That sucks. 22? It's all those I had? Good lord, I'm running. Where are all my seeds at? 48 of those. I know I've got more seeds. Oh, I need orange essence. Oh, that makes sense. Orange essence. Turn that on for a minute. Hey, Terry, what's up, brother? Greetings and salutations, my friend. So again, what I just did there is I've just turned on intermedium essence because I had a ton of prudentium. So now I've just turned on the automation for this, so we'll start making a bunch of that. I also have some red seeds. I should probably put in a folder while I'm waiting on that to come through. There. Check on our night slime. Ooh, liquid purple slime. Seared stone, molten night slime. There it is. I'm going to let all of this go through and see if my ratio was correct. Probably wasn't, but we'll wait and see before I start pouring any of this out. Because if I didn't do the ratio correct, there's going to be a clog afterwards. But that's all right. We can deal with that. What is this? Elite fluid tank with hydrofluoric acid. Probably never going to need that. Trash can it goes. Lord knows I can get some more if I need some later. So, data models, one of the other things I need to do today. Let's see. Thermal elemental data. Twilight glacial. Thermal elemental might be the easiest ones to do. Thermal elemental data. So I need a blizz. Means I need, oh, type it right. Need blizz seeds. Blizz seed. No, these. Hopefully that's enough. Get some bone meal. We'll go kill a couple of these things. And then we should be good. How are we doing for essence real quick before I leave? 1,000. That's probably good. I don't want to run this all the way out. Come back to that in a minute. Hello, sir. Goodbye. 1. I have to, I think it's 6. Ow! Jerk. Oh, broke my seed, too. Another one. Ouch. Where do you think you're going, you turd? Tried to escape me. I won't stand for it. Ow. You might say these creatures don't have a, ready for it, here it comes, dad joke, snowball's chance in hell of defeating me. That's Blizzard humor right there. If anybody else was following where I was going with that. Done. Basic tier. Okay. I just need to get at least one done. Oh, got some Blizz rods. Did I have a Blizz rod? Oh, must already had a folder for those. Cool. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and open this guy. And get that out. Drop him up in there. I'm going to need some polymer. Put the other ones away for today. Just get some polymer going. That's not a P. Polymer. I think I was running low on polymer, so we'll stack that up in the chest there. What do I have on my sword? Oh, yeah, give me a second. I'll take a look. Off the top of my head, I don't remember. This on the polymer chest. All right, so that's going to level that up. Snowball's chance. Exactly. All right, so on my sword, I have Leech 3, Looting 1, Knockback 2, Sharpness 4, Magic Siphon 5, and Insight 2. My Paxil, I just got Silk Touch and Soulbound 3 currently. And I haven't enchanted any of my armor yet. I haven't really got a lot of enchants that are that useful. XP Boost 2 I've already got. Let's see, Smashing. Harvest Ores will be smashed to pieces. I don't want that. I have Silk Touch. Mending I don't need because my tools are invulnerable. Already got Sharpness 2. I don't want Smelting because, again, I have Silk Touch on there specifically for that. I guess I could put Protection 3 on my armor. Oh, wait. I've got Protection 4. That's Fire Protection. Which isn't bad. Again, I'm an android, so half this stuff doesn't hurt me anyways. But, you know. Magnet I don't like. Occult Aversion. Magic damage dealt to by and to the user is reduced. I don't want anything that reduces my damage. Efficiency. Projectile protection. I could probably put projectile protection on one of those pieces of armor. Oh, protection 4. There we go. Oh, that's fire protection. Respiration. I don't like multi-jump. Projectile 5. 7. I got some good projectile protection. Here, let's see. Unbreaking Fortune. All right. Let's take all these and put some on some gear here. What do we got here? So you're enchanting with books? Yeah, just at this point, as I get them. I've only been enchanting as I come across stuff. I haven't been... The only thing I actually sought was Silk Touch, because it's just so helpful, right? And Silk Touch is the one enchantment you can actually make. Let me see. What can I put on that thing? 4. Okay. What is that? Fire Protection 4. A better Fire Protection? Projectile protection. Fire Protection 4 again. 5 is better. 5 is better. Ooh. Oh, well, I guess I'm not putting it on that one. Fire Protection 5 on that one. Okay. There's another Fire Protection. Let's put Fire Protection on everything at this point. And protect. Okay. All right, so let's go back to headpiece. Protection 4, sure, why not? Oh, why is that not working? Can't put protection on a headpiece. Can't put projectile protection on a headpiece. Okay, well, chest. Oh. I see. Let me use any of these on my chest piece. None of these are compatible. Pull the chest off. What about boots? Boots. Maybe it's because I have the other protection, fire protection on there. You probably can't have double. Oh, and somebody just said the same thing. Hey, Elemental Dad, what up? I take call. No problem, Terry. Have yourself a good one, bud. Oh, well, I hadn't put fire protection on everything. I was pretty much immune to fire already. So, oh well. So I can't use any more of the protections, but that's all right. Everything's got a little something on it now. Doesn't hurt, right? And as I come across more things, I'll put that on there. Let's check our night slime and see how that looks. Well, everything's out of there. Still doing the cobblestone. Give that another minute or so. Am I doing something back here? Oh, right, this stuff. I need those out of there. That back out of here. That stuff in there. I don't want to start pouring till I know what I've got. Those should be okay. Everything I threw in here is already cleaned out, so that's good. All right, let's take it. While we're waiting on that, let's take a look at blazing pyrotheum. Blazing. Oh, would help. Man, why does it nothing ever typing when I'm blazing pyrotheum? Which is the dust is really what I need. Add that over there. Get rid of those. So, redstone, sulfur, blaze powder. So if I was to automate this, redstone's easy. Redstone sapling, put a simple storage system in a compact machine, put a redstone sapling, convert it into redstone. That's easy. Blaze powder. Blaze powder. It would seem to me blaze rods would be the best source. There's going to be blaze essence, blaze seeds, but that takes chunks. Don't want to mess with chunks. Then, alternate option. Deep mob learning. Blaze rods was the hardest part of this process when I looked at it last time. But if I was to get a second data model for blazes, which I got to kill 6 of them, it takes 5 seconds. I mean, the same thing I just did with the blizzes. And then I can put a loot fabricator in there. The only downside of that is I would have to automate polymer again. Which is, if you'll remember, a lot more steps. Not a huge amount of steps. We've already done it once. Those of you who might be wondering what I'm talking about. This is my normal deep mob learning process. Inside this compact machine, I automated polymer. I have a tutorial for automating polymer. This is a much more streamlined version of that. Again, when I come up with an automation, and it's something that works well and I'm excited to share it with people, I put it in a tutorial. That doesn't mean after building it 20 times, I don't find a more streamlined and better way to do it. So a lot of times, what you may see in a tutorial I made a year and a half ago will look different than how I'm doing it now. This is the one that I'm actually running through Flux, oddly enough. So basically, I have gold seeds and iron seeds. It's my gold and my iron for my polymer. And then I have to have clay being made into blocks, and then the blocks being broken down into clay balls. Lapis, the same way, being made into blocks, broken down into lapis. And then the last one combines them all to make the polymer. And then the polymer is pulled outside of the... as you'll notice... You know what I should do? I've got, as you can see, it produces an ungodly amount of polymer. I've got 180,000 polymer sitting there, plus this thing's full, plus every machine I need. Couldn't you tunnel in polymer into a compact machine? That's what I'm wondering. That's why I came in here. If I was to connect the blaze powder, not the blaze powder. If I was to put a compact machine and pipe in polymer from here, which clearly I can afford to do so. It's producing polymer much faster than I can use it. I think that would save us a huge amount of work. And I agree with you, Stephen. I think that's the best route to do it. So, for that automation then, what I think I would do is the second compact machine with that automation in it, I'd put right here. So I could pipe it in, and then coming out of the top of it, I could have another wireless thing putting my finished blaze powder in there. The question I want to try to figure out, though, Do I want blaze powder coming out of here, or do I want it melted already? You know what I mean? Do I want the blazing pyrotheum in a fluid form? Can I bring, I'll be honest, I've never tried to run a fluid out of a compact machine, but I can assume it works through a tunnel just like a solid. So if I did that, see, let's take a look at this real quick. What is this good for? Fuel, 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 fuel. So that's all it's good for. It's not like I need the powder for anything else, is kind of what I'm looking at. And blazing by pyrotheum, run geothermal generators, or you can put it in a cauldron to make magneslime sapling. It does also not show that you can run smelteries and such with it, but you can. So the only thing is I don't need the blazing pyrotheum for anything. So if I have it coming, once it's coming out, I'd probably just run it into a black hole tank and let it just build up in case I wanted it. I mean, I could run it to my smeltery, I guess. I mean, just to do something with it. I could replace the GPS that runs lava to this to blazing pyrotheum to have a justification for having it. Is kind of what I'm thinking. If I'm going to make it work, right? So this should be actually pretty easy to do if we're going to do it that way. That's actually going to be kind of funny. I had an idea. Sorry, I just made myself giggle. So I'm going to get another compact machine. Because that's everything should be built in the compact machine. Gonna need tunnels. I don't think I made extras. I've got one. That is not going to be enough. So I'm going to need more compact machine blocks. Need some hoppers. We will name them Dennis. And yes, I will continue to make that joke every time I reference these. And a couple stacks of redstone. All right. See what we got here. Doot. Doot. The ritual sacrifice. Oh. You make a couple of these here because I need one feeding in, and then I'll need another one feeding out. So I'll have enough with this, but wouldn't be horrible to have just a couple built up while I'm standing. Why did I do? Have a couple built up while I'm standing here, right? That should be good. I'll make that one. That gives us 6 plus the one we had. Should be more than enough. Back to tunnels. We'll go up and check on our night slime again as soon as these fall. There we go. That away. How's our night slime look? All right, so obviously my ratio was way off, right? 5 blocks, 3 ingots. 1 block, 7 ingots. So those will pour out just fine. The purple slime is going to be a problem. That's all right. We can work on that. Going here. Write that down to 1. That down. That'll start auto-pouring night slime. Which, if I'm correct, there's seeds for that? I can't remember if there were seeds for that or not. But if not, either way. All right, compact machine. I actually feel like I need to build this downstairs where it's going to be, so that way as things are piping in, I can make sure it's working. So, ooh, you know what we need to do real quick? I got a bunch of good cables and stuff sitting over here in this extra chest. I'd like to get those back. How are you looking? Cool, cool. Everything running okay? You're good. Looks like oxygen is still the slow spot here, but again, not too worried about it. Obviously, it's producing, and that's all that really matters. Let's see here. Gonna head out for the night. See you in tomorrow's stream. Yeah, have yourself a great one, CJ. Tomorrow night, I'm going to do something a little funky because it's been a while since the last day of the month has ended up on a stream day or on the YouTube. But one of the things I do on the last night of the week is, no. Well, Not necessarily no, but still no. You know, on the channel, if someone subscribes to the channel, not subscribe, if someone joins our membership, there's a membership here on YouTube. If you click the join button on my channel, see a bunch of perks and stuff that you get. You'll see there's little symbols that appear in front of your name, and your font looks different if you're a member. Every time that happens, I do a shot. If someone donates $10 through either the donation link down beneath or through Super Chat or Super Sticker, I take a shot. But on the last day of the month, buy one get one free. So for each $10, not for the subscription thing, but for every $10 donated, I do 2 shots. Looks like I got Jägermeister tequila, and I'm probably going to try to pick up some Fireball tomorrow. Hi, baby. Buffy's sleeping on the chair next to me. So tomorrow could be a funky stream. We'll see. We will have to see. Needed a redstone torch. I can put some of this stuff away. I'll clean it out later. Where'd my extraction cables go? Meadows. Alright, so that is coming in on the south side. And then finished products are going to come out through the north side. Go ahead and put this stuff on here now so it's ready to run once we get started. That. Quick GPS. Oop, too many letters. What? What am I out of? Paper of all. I'm going through paper a lot faster than I thought I would. Have to. Back one is this. I think. There it is. All right, so there's that. All right, so what do I got here? I got that one, I got that one. Go inside and take a look at it. So let's see here. I need to have a deep mob learning system. That's going to provide me my blaze rods, which will auto-craft into a blaze powder. So I'm thinking, but I'll end up putting a simple storage in here. I'll need redstone. So yeah, auto-crafters. I'll have to do a simple storage system. It'll be easier. And I forget what the last component was. What was the last component? Sulfur, which again, I can also get from blaze. So if I was to go and level 2 blaze rods to basic, then I could provide both of those without having to do a bunch of automation, which probably should have considered that for the calcium sulfate we did instead of having to build the... Well, I needed the other stuff from granite anyways, so that was fine. All right, we're going to go that route. I'm going to build 2 of these. Means I'm going to need thing. Where's the middle? Didn't I say it was coming in the south side? I believe I did. So there's that. That will be providing me there's our start. Go in here and get the rest of the stuff we're gonna need. We probably won't get this all built today because we only got 15 minutes left. But we'll get started on it and we'll finish it up tomorrow night, which will be cool. Tomorrow night we will also move forward with our fusion reactor. Start getting some of that down. That'll give me some time to look back up, find out how much the spacing I need. I forgot. It's the first time leaving this machine. It takes forever. Normally after the stream, I'm up for a couple hours. Playing games, working on stuff. I go right to bed tonight. I gotta get up super early. You gotta drive 45 minutes to get to where the wake is. By the time you go to the wake, we're gonna drive 45 minutes back to go where the burial is. And then we gotta drive 45 minutes back to where we started, because the family's gonna have a get together after. Lot of travel. I come out here for? I don't remember. All right. I'm not sure I'm gonna start building inside of it. We can start making the components we need. So we'll need a simple storage. Got to put the @ symbol. At simple storage. Those. How many cables I got? Grab another input cable just because I don't have many. Lots of processing cables. That's good. Autocrafters 5. I think I'm gonna need more than that. What am I missing on the outside? Purple. I can make purple all day. Yay, dye essence. Love dye essence. 8. That should be more than enough. That gives us that. I probably should have levers already. I do. See, if I pump it out as a fluid, then that means I'm going to need a black hole tank in there. We have extras of those, right? We do. I've already got an extra black hole tank, so that's good. And then it'll pump out from there. I'm going to need to melt it. Don't I need to melt it? Yeah, I need to pre-melt it. So do I need to put it in a smeltery? No, I put it in a melter. A melter will be easier. Hold one of those. Ouch! Melter will be easier. That means I'll need power inside, which I wasn't wanting to do, but that'll be fine. Melter, right? Those things we're missing. Missing corners and all the bottom. Okay. Those, you know what? I need to make a stack of those because I keep running out of them. Melter, and then 4 of these. So there's our melter. I'll need power inside. Wait a minute. Is power, don't you? Yeah. Where's the ingot former? There's something that I think maybe ingot former that doesn't actually use power. One block in there that doesn't need it. So I'll need thermal setup. Ooh. Hey, what's up, Ghost? Not too shabby. Getting by anyways. As best as you can, you know. I'm not going to need a lot of power, so one stack of one stack of upgrades should do me. Whoop, whoop. Need some of these. That. Stack of upgrades. Those. Cauldron's cable, all that stuff. Cables are done. So that's everything I'll need to power it. I'll need the actual stuff from... I think I have one loot fabricator already. Do I have... Yeah, I've got one simulation chamber and one loot fabricator. So I just need one more of those. Of each. Fabricator. And... one more simulation chamber. That's both of those. So that's going to provide me my sulfur and my blaze rods. And then the blaze rods should craft. So I'll use an auto crafter to convert those, so that's fine. Blaze rods into blaze. Then I'll need redstone. So redstone's going to be redstone sapling. Should have all that, but I will need some filing cabinets. Fortunately, I have some, so that's good. We have enough cables for that. We do not. I will need some of these. Those. I got 50 of those, so that'll be fine. Got export and import. Yeah, we've got all the cables needed, so that's pretty much everything we're going to need to set up the automation that I can think of at this moment. So that'll work. Oh, let's check on our slime. How did that turn out? Yeah, I didn't think so. Solved. Cool. All right, let's get a little bit more amber in there. Get some more stuff melting for us. Let's see. I've been trying to build up lead, and I think I'm going to need a bunch of tin as well. We're going to check tin in a minute. I may need to automate tin real quick. How are we doing for tin? 2,000. Yep. Oh, be it. Stack of that, stack of that. In amber. Amber. I'll need a processing cable. Second tin amber. File. Everyone here, I didn't. Excuse me. Tin amber. Make sure I got the right recipe. Yep, 5 and 4. Good. 4. 1, 2, 4. 5. Good. Processing cable. Processing cable. 4. 5. Those. Flip. Jump in. Kickstart. There we go. Another amber automated. That done. Oh, what's that there? Omega says, hey man, I just want to say thanks for the tutorials. Came up in a clutch for my dumb ass. You are very welcome. I'm very happy that I could help. Thank you for coming by and saying so. All right. Hey, look at that. Night slime. I'm not sure I need that for anything, but I did say I would make some, and I am a man of my word most of the time. And I stayed on top of this. I didn't really get a lot of stuff that I'm going to need to folder out today. Most of this is just overflow stuff that's not that important for me, which is groovy. So we only got 5 minutes left. So next time, okay, I got my data model leveled up. Oh no, a little bit of lag there. We got thorium done. I haven't done an auto infuser system. And automate blazing pyrotheum we're working on. See? It looks right on here. Okay. So that's good. And then once we get blazing pyrotheum up and running, that'll become our new fuel source. I'll be interested to see if that actually increases the speed. It'd be nice if it did, you know. I mean, definitely be a handy thing. I just normally don't use it. I'm not going to put tin in yet. I'm going to wait till the lead clears out because I don't need them to alloy into something else. Pretty sure they alloy into something, but I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. Let's see. Everything is running over there. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I need some tin. I want to make some more water blocks. That's what it was. Make those real quick. Basic plating. We were out of graphite. That was the problem. 2, 3, 4. Good. And 2 stacks of tin. Okay. Work. Don't automate making those. So that's automating making water blocks. And then I can convert those into, other water blocks if I need it. I only have an infinite water source over here? No wonder that's going so slow. Infinite compact. I've already got at least one compact. I just don't have enough to make a dense yet. Getting there, though. One. Here in a minute we'll have enough. Actually, I could probably... That's also a compact. I'd like to get a dense in here real quick. I'm very dense. You probably didn't know that about me. As we're drawing to an end of the stream today, I do stop here in about 5 minutes. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me today. I appreciate all the help and the suggestions and hanging out in the chat. Thank you very much for the questions, of course. I really enjoy getting to help people and being able to do so in real time and to try out ideas and processes you guys may have is a ton of fun getting to be able to do that with you guys. So thank you all for coming by and giving me that opportunity. If you had a good time tonight, even a little bit, it would be awesome if you would not mind clicking that like button. It does make a pretty huge difference. Surprisingly, it really does. And if you're new here, be sure to give the channel a follow so you can hang out with us all the time. Because that would be cool. I am one away. 2 of those away. Almost. 1 more. Waiting for that 7 to become an 8. Come on. Flip on over. It was, but... Alright. Still working on it. Oh, that's the infinite one. Right, yeah. There's my infinite. Now can I make a dense? Dense! Yes. Excellent. Blart. Now that should take care of the water problem, and that should start processing those much quicker. Excellent. Good deal. I really enjoy the Fluid Crafter. Primarily, I use it for making water blocks, and not that one. For making water blocks, or for making sprinklers. It's probably the 2 things I use it for the most. But I use a lot. Excuse me. I use a lot of both, especially sprinklers, because I do so much mystical agriculture stuff. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Grab myself a lozenge here. That it's helpful to be able to just throw some materials in here and it'll make me a stack of sprinklers. Fluid Crafter, highly recommend. But that puts us right at closing time. Closing time. I like that song. Semisonic. Good band, good song. I'm going to call that a day. Again, thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate all your continued support. Everybody who's been following and liking, subscribing. Again, thank you to everybody who also has been coming over on the Twitch channel. I stream here on YouTube Sunday nights and Monday nights. But most of the rest of the week, I'm over on my Twitch channel, which is also called Onlydraven Gaming. It's just all one word. There's no spaces or underscore. Most of my YouTube streaming is pretty much all Minecraft at this point. Over there, I do some of the other different games that are a lot of survival crafting, 7 Days to Die, No Man's Sky. I bounce between a lot of different stuff over there. We're also playing through some of the Witcher games right now. Wednesday, I'll be finishing up Thief Simulator. So, if you have a Twitch channel, it'd be awesome if you consider giving a follow over there as well. Come by, hang out, and be part of that community as well. I appreciate all of you being a part of this community and helping make this channel as successful as it is. That said, if you have a friend out there you think might be interested in the contact, you might find myself entertaining or my content useful, please give them a shout, point me their way. Word of mouth is the very best thing to help a channel grow. So I definitely appreciate all those who've been doing so and sharing my stuff on your social medias. I thank you very much for that. But that said, I am going to call it a day. I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful evening, a wonderful rest of your week. If I don't see you before next week, I will be back here tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern for some more Minecraft Skyfactory 4. All right? Azalea! Azalea popped in right as we were about to end. Oh! I'll stay on an extra minute and say hi. How you doing, Azalea? How goes it? Yeah, we were just getting close to ending up for the day. Today we're doing some more Skyfactory 4 and got a bunch more automations done, working on some hard stuff. We're going to be trying to make the maximum size fusion reactor here over the next week or two. And trying to get the 3rd times the charm achievement. The only achievement in Skyfactory 4 I've never been able to get. But we've made some discoveries in this current playthrough that I think might make the difference to make it work. course, I lie to myself every time I play Skyfactory 4, thinking that this will be the time it works. And then when it doesn't, I promise I'll never do it again. And then the next time I try it again. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's the one I've tried many times. I can get the first one. I can get the go big or go home. You just have to build it. You don't even have to have it running yet. Really. But the third time's the charge is a punch in the gut. Yeah, we did, what all did we do today? Let's see. Today we automated calcium substrate, which is one of the harder things to automate in Skyfactory 4. But we got it all up and running, and that was the big one. And we did a couple odds and ends, and now we're working on automating blazing pyrotheum. We've got everything built to do that. We're going to do that next time. But the big goal today was to get this made, the fusion core, which we finally have done. I'm pretty excited about. So that's the beginnings of a fusion reactor. All right, well, see here. That's almost done. That's almost done. I think that's everything I've got. Can't think of anything else. Other than my anvil's about to break. I didn't realize that. Let me get another anvil real quick before I forget. Because I will forget. Don't make it. I wonder if I can uncraft this one. Nope. Trash can it is. Alright, I got to slide off here because, again, as I mentioned, sadly I have to get up extra early. We have to go to a funeral tomorrow. But thank you all for coming by. And Azalea, thank you for you and your friends once again giving us a visit. Let's see here. Hello, Ancient One. Do a joint raid with Azalea 22. We could definitely try if you have someone you'd like to swing over. I don't have anyone that I know that's online currently. I can take a look. See if anybody. I've never done a raid on YouTube, to be honest with you. Try to raid on Twitch, although I'm not the best at. Again, I'm trying to find more people to follow on Twitch because every time I get ready to log off, I can't find anybody on that's doing the stuff that I'm doing. Let's. Anybody I know is currently all running. It was my wife's grandma passed away on Friday, and so tomorrow we have to go do all that throughout the day. But I'll still be on here tomorrow night. We'll be home well before that happening. Tomorrow I'll be on normal time, which is 9:30 p.m. Eastern till 1 a.m. Eastern. Is normally my stream here on YouTube Sundays and Monday nights. The rest of the week, I'm over on my Twitch channel, Onlydraven Gaming, all one word, no space, no underscore. I stream a lot of non-Minecraft stuff over there, but again, a lot of crafting and things. I've never done one here. I'm not sure of the process on it, to be honest. If someone is doing Minecraft, yeah, you want to link their name or their account? Anybody who's watching would like to go over and say hello to another friend of Azalea's that is playing some Minecraft as well, it would be groovy. You can swing over there, say hi, and maybe throw some follows and support to another creator. There we go. Much better. I did build a weird gadget. Why did I do that? Oh, for the advancement. I wonder if I can take that apart while I'm waiting a moment here. Nope. Oh, there is a recipe. Cool. I'll break that apart. Trying to break down everything I don't need, right? Pig seed. Why do I have a pig seed? Final Plays is doing Minecraft Bedrock. All right. Final Plays. Let's see if I can find them on YouTube. Final Plays. Let's see. Final Plays. Block Game Sunday. Yeah, I see it over there. That sounds good to me. Yeah, that sounds cool. All right, everybody, if you don't mind, I'm going to throw a little link here to their stream. Give me a second. Anybody who would like to say hello and help support another YouTube content creator, there is a link to the live stream of someone named Final Plays. And it would be awfully nice if we'd consider going over there and saying hi. All right? Well, I'm going to end my stream. My music will end out, but it would be very cool If anyone would like to slide over there with us, I'll take a couple minutes over there before I call it a day. All right? Thank you all for coming again. Thank you for following, subbing, and hanging out. And hopefully I will see you again very soon, okay? You guys have yourselves a great night.